Alright, it is post time here on Photo Finish Live. Major race. And away they go here in the Pinnacle Championship. And it's King Roger from in between horses who shoots out to lead along with Maccabi Lefty. And it's Molly Quirk also up there with the top trio. And it's FOMO again down at the rail. Back up for fifth place, that's Nero. And it's Franck in sixth here with about 5 to make up from the early leader. As they head to the opening turn, quarter in the books, 23 and change. We're heading 5 furlongs, left turning on the dirt, blinking it's over. And
Yo, what's up everybody? Happy Friday. It's time for Friday night at the races with me and my race caller, my homie. The skeleton above me is Knowz. You guys knows Knowz. He's getting himself some coffee right now while we get set up and get ready for a couple hours of racing. We decided to do it at 6 o'clock tonight instead of the usual time of 7 because there's just a lot more races going on between 6 and 8 tonight. There ain't really much happening between 8 and 9. And we weren't able to race our Dow horse during this time segment. She's scheduled for a race at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning Eastern Standard Time. Me and Mo will talk about Joyride. That's the one that some of the people in the chat are involved in as well. We got our Dow going on, and about 9 of us pitched in to buy that horse, and she actually got 3rd place for us in the last race and won us a little bit of money. But I do have my free horse, Rug Pull. Rug Pull's racing tonight. I got to figure out what time his race is and remember to watch it. The free races are separate from the paid races, so sometimes we forget to watch them. But this race is going down tonight. It says at 5:38 p.m. That can't be right. It must be 6:38 p.m. Maybe that's time differences off, because I think it was supposed to happen during this live stream, so it should be at 6:38 p.m. What's up, everybody in the chat? Let's go. What's up, Knowz? Are you back? What's up, my man?
Yo, what's going on, Vault? What up, chat?
What's up, everybody? Shout out to Gritty One
Friday.
First in the chat. Yes, Friday night race at the races. It's been a while, Mo.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we kind of knew it was going to happen, and we knew it was going to be a little bit of a shift, when we went live. I think the biggest problem was the schedule. Early on, a lot of races were getting jammed up from like 10 a.m. to 10:08. You'd have like 9, 10 races going off,
Yeah.
And it just kind of steamrolls from there, where there's just the racing blocks never really gave us the opportunity to get on. And even still, I mean, after kind of like 8 o'clock, it kind of tapers right now. But that will change because people are racing. If you look at the Racer's Edge meta page for the racing, the amount of races are still, if not actually, they're going back up, because the schedule is becoming tighter. They're understanding a little bit more about, what people need to race, what they don't need, less races getting canceled. We also run with 4 horses now. That's a new change today. Because, it's just, you run real races with 4 horses, so prize is going to be a little bit less. But if you happen to have these fields where, people were enjoying instead of getting canceled out, waiting another day, at least you're able to get in. But yeah, man, long story short, TLDR, we had a good block tonight, and I think we should have some decent blocks going forward, so
nice. It just
see
seems
what
like
happens.
There's more people signed up, more people are getting horses. That's why we're getting more races, even though they decided to extend the season for an extra week, so we haven't started breeding yet. Shout out to True Stoners in the chat. What's up, True Stoner? One of our OG horse racing homies. He's been playing this with us since beta version 1, back when he used to juice his horses. What's up, Local Scalper? We got Ryan in the building. We got Mr. Daniel Marquez is here as well. He's always hanging out with us on Photo Finish Live streams, but I don't think he's got himself a horse yet. You should consider getting into our DAO. I think maybe if we can get enough people, maybe we can get some money together and buy another horse. We got 1 horse so far, and like I said, she hasn't done great yet, but she's starting to show a little promise. We're testing her out and trying to find the correct distance to be running her at. All right, we got some races going down already. That's why we started a little bit early. The first one starts at 5:57, which is in about 3 minutes. And it's the Gold Rush Restricted Stakes. Like Mo was mentioning, we are running races now with only 4 horses, and this one in particular only has 4 horses in it. But one of them is named after one of my favorite songs of all time from Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's called First of the Month. Let's go. Shout out to Miss Click Stables, whoever you are. You're now one of my favorite stables. What's up, VB fans? Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, we do our horse streams. We used to do them on Saturday nights, but now we're doing them on Friday nights. Sometimes 7 to 9, sometimes 6 to 8. Mo, what do you think? Is it going to be our new time, 6 to 8, or do you think they're going to start having some races between 8 and 9 for us?
I think we'll have a better idea when they really, because basically they hired a schedule czar, someone to kind of oversee the gaps in the schedule. They're working with the community. You're able to sign up through the Discord and kind of like, steward the races. If people, you can go on there, basically recommend a race. If you're like, yo, I own an LDF and I haven't seen a race for the next 2 days, well, you can go on there and request a race. And then there's someone who's actually manually going to look at this, look at the schedule, because you always have to have that little bit of a human touch, right? My feelings on AI taking over the world eventually, black pill stuff. But there always has to be that little bit of human oversight with stuff like this, because you have to understand the horse racing. You have to understand that, 4, 5, 6 is going to be a different bracket than 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely helping. We're seeing a better shift, but I think for the foreseeable future, 6 to 8 probably going to be filled up better. But I would like to eventually, move it back to a 7 to 9. I would like to get Saturday back on the menu too. If the girlfriend's watching, sorry, I hate to break it to you, but yeah, I would like to get that, the Friday and Saturday night races, because again, more people are coming in. If you look at the marketplace, man, a bunch of horses are selling. Even today alone on the 19th, a bunch are going. Yesterday we had a bunch of sales, so they're different people. People are coming in, people are getting interested. So, yeah, man, I'm super, super pumped. I don't know if you had a chance to tune in yesterday, but I got my ass kicked in that Philly race where it was like where we helped out moderating that weekend. So we're doing like a race for a filly.
Yep.
Yeah, I got my ass handed to me. I almost had a freaking stroke on stream.
Ouch.
But yeah, I wasn't getting the mail, so I got a colt. We'll see what it does. And I actually got a little crazy today. I bought a pretty nasty filly, man.
Oh, you about to do it today?
Yeah, I'll send you the tickets if you want to look at them. I can pull them up. But
I want to look at the market a little bit today, too. We're going to talk about Crown a little bit. Shout out to Greedy One is back. What's up, Greedy One? We're about to start racing. The race starts in 10 seconds. The Gold Rush Restricted Stakes. It's a 6-furlong race with 4 horses in it. Good luck if you're in it. Mo, I'll be refreshing, I guess, right when it hits 0.
Yep.
Boom. All right, here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whatever you identify here in 2023, it's race time here on Friday Night at the Races. And they're up and running here, and it's Olympia who breaks to the lead and comes first of the month, followed by Hercules down at the rail, and Venus going to round out the top of the 4 here. And we're going to be in trouble with these 4-horse races, ladies and gentlemen, because I am not prepared for short horse calls. But we will work on it. We will do our best, because that's what we do here on Friday Night the Races. And now that I've killed enough time, opening quarter in 23 and change, and it's Olympia who pushes clear by 3.5. Then comes first of the month here on the outside shoulder of Hercules. Then it's Venus still riding out the back here, but only about 3 lengths between back to front. And Venus is already looking for room. Round the turn they go here, and it's Olympia by 2. Venus, however, is rolling, and a horse on a mission. That mission is to take the lead, and as we hit the top of the stretch now, and it's Olympia who battles back for all their might, but it's Venus too strong. I'm your Venus, I'm your goddess, but on the outside, oh, it's going to be first of the month to the wire with Venus, and it's going to be first of the month. Don't know any lyrics from that song off the top of my head, but it's going to be 3, 2, 4, order finish.
Oh, I got you, bro. Wake up. It's the first of the month, y'all. Come on. We got to go get our hair braided. All right, first of the month gets the victory. Was not expecting that, too, because that was the A-plus horse against 3 S- horses, and he was the long shot. The rest of them had like 2 to 1, 3 to 1 odds, and first of the month was 6.63 to 1, and wins it. Wow. Yeah. That was a great victory for first of the month. Misclick Stables is the name of that stable. Let's go. We were a little bit off on our timing there, so I don't know if I need to maybe click a little later. It seems like, no, maybe click a little earlier because you were ahead of me. I'll try to get our timing
Yeah.
down. It's been a while.
So they kind of fixed it, but they kind of broke the main page now. So because these races are also bunched up a little bit, so if we know like we're gonna call what the Federal Invitational coming up here, right?
Yep.
5 seconds.
Quick
Click
hitter.
in the actual race, yeah, and it should play on its own now.
Oh, okay. All right, here it
Yeah.
goes. Good
Like,
luck if y'all are in this one.
am I wrong? Did it load for you automatically? Okay, sorry.
All right, working out the kinks again, ladies and gentlemen, but no worries. Online. And they are up here in the Federal Invitational, Grade 3. Knight Saturn breaks the best of it here with Lowly's Legend. Then comes Matriarch, followed by Doc Holliday down at the rail. Notorious Nomad still there in between in fifth with Liezu. Gonna ride the rails here in the early going as they head around the opening turn. In this 11 furlong right turning affair on the dirt. Track is soft and smoke is good. It's Knight Saturn putting on the early moves here over Doc Holliday. Break of two, that's Notorious Nomad who treks along here on the far outside. Matriarch not too far off the inside there, now for third. Lowly's Legend pushes back here for fifth. And Wassa is going to come up here to hit the leaderboard. They got about 12 to make up from back to front, though. A little bit of room here. Doc Holliday says, yoink, give me that lead. And it's Doc Holliday now, challenged with Matriarch, Knight Saturn, and Notorious Nomad. These four are stuck together. And Knight Saturn now might have caught a bad step there in traffic. But Doc Holliday keeps going with Matriarch, and now it's two-horse race around the turn. Matriarch up front, Doc Holliday there, and Knight Saturn here. One more trek down the backstretch. It's Matriarch trying to pull away here. Now opens up by a smooth 2.5, 3 lengths. Doc Holliday not quite out of it yet there. Out of the Tombstone Stable Barn. Shout out to Mike Sowers. Doc Holliday tries to find some room on the rail and is successful, but still has about 2 lengths to make up. Matriarch still there up front. And into the turn, Matriarch, no change. Doc Holliday in second. Notorious Nomad trying to force a rally here on the outside. Knight Saturn in fourth. Lowly's Legend back to fifth. Still has a chance here along with Ocean Grown. But Matriarch is extending this lead with every stride. 1 mile now, 142. Matriarch up front. Break of four, Doc Holliday down at the rail. Notorious Nomad, nothing there yet. Knight Saturn, no show today. As we hit the top of the turn and we're heading for home. Matriarch battles down on the sloppy track in front of Doc Holliday, and we hit the 8th pole. Matriarch up front, it's going to be an easy ride for Matriarch over Doc Holliday and Big Nose Kate.
Shout out to Matriarch from GVG Genetics gets the victory over Doc Holliday and Nose Kate, both from Tombstone Stables. I was hoping Doc Holliday would win. Whoops. So I could say, I'm your Huckleberry. Isn't that what he says? I'm your Huckleberry. What's up, Kobe Collects is in the chat. The winner is GVG Genetics. All right, that was that grade 3 race. We wanted to definitely call that one because that was a big race. A lot of money on the line on that one. But let's see what else we got headed for tonight. I'm going to try to keep in mind my free race that goes off around 6:38 so we can watch that one. As you can see, the free races are separate from the paid races. And if you guys haven't signed up for Photo Finish Live yet, when you sign up for an account, you get a free horse so you can run in those free races. And they have some kind of tournaments and stuff that you can win actual horses with your free horses. All right, we got the next race coming up next in less than a minute. The Staten Allowance. I could be wrong on that. Yep, less than a minute. It's 11 furlong. It's got a bunch of A pluses in there and one S minus, the Kintsugi. And it looks like some of them are carrying some extra weight. Yeah. It's hard to tell which ones are carrying weight on this one. It says minus 6 pounds. So does that mean they're carrying 6 pounds, Mo?
Well, yeah. So every race, right, is going to carry 100 and whatever it is, 20. The hell is it? 26? Yeah, 126 is the max weight.
Oh,
so if you're an S, you're carrying minus 3, so you're carrying 123. If you're an A plus, you're carrying 120. If you're an A, 118. You're an A minus, you're carrying 116, which is the bare minimum. So that's just one of the ways that they're trying to balance out the handicaps here in the early going. We'll talk about that because there's some big changes coming.
It's a little confusing, but yeah, you're right. It did start up on its own.
All right. You might be a little in front of me, but that's okay.
back to the track, Jack. Thought we were going to have some time here, or I can roll one up, but it ain't looking that way. Online. And they're racing here in the Staten Allowance, and it's Kintsugi breaks out to the lead. Then comes Alice, followed by Lemon Haze. Tiger Tomorrow there for fourth, followed by Lefty Wonder in the Green Silks for fifth, and Sacagawea at a Tombstone Stables. I feel like Mike Sowers is all over the place these days, but we do love Mike here. And it's Sacagawea around up top of the leaderboard. Opening quarter, 25 and change, and it's Alice with the lead. Kintsugi there still for second, followed by Tiger for Tomorrow. Lefty Wonders trying to find some room here to settle in. And it's Sacagawea in fifth, and Peach Fuzzy. Peach Fuzzy there now, carrying 4 pounds with about 8 lengths to make up from the leader. As we pass the wire here for the first time, as we like to do on Night at the Races, everybody wave to your current leader. That's Tiger Tomorrow. Tiger Tomorrow's going to push the way here. Now comes Alice to engage on the inside. Kintsugi, your one-time leader, drops back to third. Peach Fuzzy tries to make some moves. Lemon Haze in traffic there, but still in fifth. Lefty Wonder, no change in sixth. Round the far turn we go. Round and round we go, chat. Who's going to win? Nobody knows except the algorithm. So hopefully nobody refreshed and spoiled the race. But Tiger Tomorrow's going to take us down the backstretch here, 3/4 in 1:16. Tiger Tomorrow by 2. Alice still there. Kintsugi with a resurgence down on the rail, and he's off. He's off the rail and looking for tail, ladies and gentlemen. But, and right on cue, might have taken a misstep. Tiger Tomorrow still no challenge there. Alice might have called it a day, too. Bunch of Buicks out here, chat. And it's Tiger Tomorrow. Actually, Alice was not the horse that dropped back. Sorry, that was the 4 horse. But Alice instantly engages Tiger Tomorrow and takes the lead. Lefty Wonder with a surge now up in the third. Peach Fuzzy. Cinderella found her slipper and she's on the move. But as we head around the far turn, and it's Alice in the lead. Alice by 2. Down the center of the track, it's Lefty Wonder and Tiger Tomorrow. Tigers don't jump, they bounce. But this one runs, and they're all catching Alice today. Down the center of the track, into the 8th pole, Lefty Wonder on the outside with one final shot at the wire, and from downtown, yes! He's going to get him. It's going to be Lefty Wonder over Alice and Tiger Tomorrow.
Shout out to Lefty Wonder. The 11-1 long shot gets the victory. Another long shot win for today. Not the complete long shot. Cinderella was 14-1, but at 11-1 was not expecting Lefty Wonder, the A tier horse, to take the victory there. And the S- horse was actually in last place. Interestingly, I was way ahead of you on that one, Mo.
You were ahead of me. Okay, all right. Well, apparently the system is still broken.
We already knew who had won, and you were still like, "Oh, I think he's gonna catch him." We were like, "Yeah, he's gonna catch him."
It's like thanks for the for the call.
Let's see what else we got. We got the Emerald City Maiden coming up in less than 2 minutes. Now, if I knew we were gonna go live today at 6 o'clock, I probably would have threw our horse into this race, even though it's probably not the best race for her. They're all A minuses, and she's a B plus. I got her in a better race, but this one's not bad at 5 furlongs, and it's only 388 Derby entry fee. 12 horses in this race. Like I said, 5 furlong, and it's a maiden. Let's go through the horses this time. We got Woodford from Bourbon Racing. That makes sense. Woodford Reserve. We got Tatum 2 from Tatum. Louis I'm going to say 14th from Kingsport Racing. We got CryptoPunk Let's Go from Poseidon Racing. Registry Company from Big Brain Stables. Nyan Noblesse from Donut Stables. We got Wakatani, I'm guessing, from Poseidon. Kimmy is from VT Hokie Stables. We got Layla from Revere Ranch. Ardglass from Revere Ranch. Kitsune's Gunner from Bored Ape Soul Stables. That's a new stable. And then you got All Eyes on Me, a Tupac song from Easy E Stable. Hey, that doesn't make sense. Or a Tupac song from Easy E Stables. Let's go. So that is the field, y'all. All A minuses going for their first win. It's a maiden race. You can see somebody put a bet on the one horse to get the victory on this one.
Yep, well, she'll get that bet back because nobody else wagered. And, again, to be expected, I really do, I still say it. I mean, wagering should be the least focused on. We need horses more than anything. We need horses. We need people racing. So, yeah, not only did they extend the season by a week, they also changed the breeding window for season 2. So the way it was going to be, you'd have to retire in the first week of the season, which would obliterate the racing count.
True.
So what they're going to do is they're going to push the breeding window back to the last week of the
Oh
season,
man. So
which
we're
is going
not.
to allow the horses to race for 3 weeks and then you
So
know
another 4 weeks before we can breed.
and breed. Yep.
Wow. All right, here we go. Race time. Good luck.
I mean, nobody should be in a rush to breed, to be honest, man, because we're months out.
We need those extra horses in the environment for people to buy, though.
Yeah, but changing that breeding window doesn't change the birth of the horses. The same exact timing. It just allows more racing before they breed. Now we'll talk about it. We got a little bit of a break coming up.
Online. And they're off and running here, and it's Kassoon's Gunner to the lead, and comes All Eyes on Me. Back for third with Girly Speed, that's Registry Company, and comes Ard Glass. In the teal silks, that's Layla, then Wakatani. Wakatani off some island there in the Hawaii Pacific area, not quite sure where, but we'll find out here, Chad, because that's what we do while we find some time. Opening quarter and 23 and change, and Kassoon's Gunner is going to continue to dominate here in the early going. Kicks clear by 3.5 over Registry Company. Another break of 2, that's Wakatani now, who pushes up from between with Neon Noblesse. Neon Noblesse now passed by Kimmy. They've already hit the top of the stretch. Street lights on and Mom is calling. Katsune's Gunner is trying to hold on, but he just can't do it, Captain. As Registry Company is flying, there comes Kimmy. Oh, it's Kimmy down the center of the track for one served, and it's going to be Kimmy over Registry Company and Woodford 851.
VT Hokey Stables gets the victory with Kimmy in the 5 furlong maiden race. You are way ahead of me again. Maybe we need to try to refresh.
Yeah, let's just do a refresh, fuck it. Yeah. On 0, we'll just refresh it.
I know, I was way ahead of you. That's what it was. Okay, let's get the race set up, see what we got coming up next. I know somebody was asking, VB fans was asking when my money horse race is. The only money horse I have right now is the horse that our whole entire Dow went in together to purchase. We all paid $60 each. There's 9 of us, and it's a filly. And we can check her out. She's not racing tonight because there weren't any good races for her. We're kind of picky about what races we run her in. We don't want to run her in races that she doesn't have a chance of winning in because we don't want to waste our derby. It costs money to run these races. But this is Joyride right here. She's a B+ fillies, which means we'll be able to breed her once breeding begins. That's the main reason we got the filly. And you can see she got 3rd place in her last race at 8 furlongs. We was thinking that she was going to be more of a distance runner. And we were running her at 12 and 10, as you can see, and she wasn't doing too well, even though she was starting off pretty well. So we shortened that to 8 furlongs, and she came in 3rd, which was pretty good. If we watched the race, we could watch that race back. She was in the lead for quite a while at the beginning of the race. It says 3, but she had the lead for quite a bit of the race and then fell off at the end. So we're thinking to shorten the distance to maybe 6 furlongs or 7 furlongs. But Mo, don't you think her stats are more for distance race? Why do you think she's performing better in the shorter or the mid races?
I think it's because of some of the ways that the tickets work, and I don't. The more you understand it, maybe it might not even make sense. But essentially, you would think, right? If you had a 3 stamina horse, you're probably gonna be running like a marathon race, right?
Yeah.
But it's not always the case. I mean, there are spots on these tickets where like a 3-speed, 3 start, will run even like for instance, my Joker horse is a 3-start, 3-speed, 3 stamina, right? That horse will only run 4 and 5. As a matter of fact, I won like $107 pop the other day in a handicap.
Nice.
Winning that race. It was like a $20 entry. So like, if he didn't get lucky, trust me, he's hitting the podium every freaking time out. With these 25-hour races, which are coming down as well. But that being said, you got to work the ticket. You gotta run those. I like to say run like a 5 furlong, run an 8 furlong, then run like an 11. If you have PFPs, if you have 5 of them, you can go in, get the free racing reports, pull up the actual split times. Obviously, I'm in the syndicate, so I can always pull up Joyrides for us. Not a big deal. But these split times and everything are actually super important. I've been using those to basically. I bought 5 horses this week, ladies and gentlemen. I don't spend money on shit. All right. I added 5 horses to the barn, and I ain't talking about cheap horses either. So, yeah, do your homework, do your research, and these stats and all this data, man, can really start to get you profit. Because my barn was 0 for 49, and now I'm about to hit like a 33% on the board podium ratio. So
nice. So whenever you're buying new horses, are you buying them as the tickets that haven't been cashed in or redeemed yet?
Usually not. No, I'd rather have a horse that someone mismanaged. For instance, the other night I hit 300 bucks on a 20-cent slot pull. Somebody put up a gray horse for 250 with insane stats. Gray Bush picked him up, and yeah, now he's out there hitting podiums. So, you know, again, just if you have the data, if you can pull up the speed figures and stuff like that, it's super helpful. You know, so.
I'm still a little confused about the process. So did you buy that off of Magic Eden or did you get it from a claiming race?
No, I
Or,
bought it at the marketplace.
oh, the marketplace is actually live? I didn't even know that was live yet. Okay.
Oh yeah, man, you can buy it. Market, dude, horses in there all the time, brother. Yeah.
Okay. And so this is Derby that the people are selling it for, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's quite a bit because we put in like 50 bucks a Derby and we got like 4K Derby. So whenever the Derby here is like 30,000 to buy this horse B plus male horse, I don't know why you want that. That's like $500, maybe a little less than that.
Well, plus you got to pay the market fee, so you're paying a 5%, transaction fee on top of that. So,
Gotcha.
they got to get their cut.
All right,
But
we're gonna
yeah, man.
check lowest price on here is 11,500 for a cool looking horse, an A tier horse, but not good stats, of course. So you can see you can actually pick them up off the market now, or you can buy the Gen Zero tickets. That's kind of what I like doing by going into the market and buying them off of Magic Eden. But you can use their ticket market to find out which horses to go for, and you can see the boosts and the stamina from here. But I don't know, Mo's more of a pro, and he's buying them that way, so maybe that's the way to go, honestly.
I mean, you've heard the saying, right? One man's trash is another man's treasure, right? Like,
Oh yeah.
some people don't know what they got. Like for instance, I bought the horse. It seemed like the dude came into the game. I kind of like this aspect of the game, but I don't. Maybe again, it's just a blockchain thing, transparency, right? I can see exactly how much Derby he funded his account with, when he bought the horse, when he realized he's not gonna profit because he made bad decisions, and he sold the horse, right? So like, here I come swooping in, and I'm like, you know what, 250 again, cost me basically a slot pull for 20 cents, and I was like, free horse. So for me, I didn't really care either way, but for him, you can see like he cashed out all of his Derby out of his account, so he was, basically packing up.
Right.
And you're gonna have a lot of people like that, which is something we should probably talk about. We had somebody on the show yesterday, new guy Brody, cool dude. He came in, he's a streamer, he came in, he was just buying horses for content, and then a post goes up, it's like, oh, maybe photo finish needs a little time to fine tune it, and I'm like, maybe you should have done some homework. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't read the guides, you didn't reach out to people, you didn't sit down and have conversations, again, important things when you're talking about money. But me and him are on the agreement, he's a cool dude, that he was just doing it for content, right? And maybe someone like you who streams, you can understand that. But then he kind of, buckled down, did some homework, he bought a better horse, it's running better. So,
Yes.
Everybody needs to kind of learn that. Also, join the right races. You really shouldn't be running anything outside of maiden races. If you are running outside of maiden, well, if you are running maiden races, only run in your grade. Don't take a B and put in the B plus. Don't put a B plus and an A minus because they're never going to win. But you can put like a handicap or an allowance race because then you're going to get the weight differences and you might sneak one out. But very important, man, that people just pay attention because so many people are burning money right now and they're like, oh, it's the game's fault. I really don't think it is. I really don't.
Now this is a simulation type game, and that takes, it takes statistics. You got to learn the game. You got to learn the process. You got to learn the best way to run your horses, and that's why we're learning our horse, that we have our Dow horse, by testing it a little bit. All right, guys, it's time for this next race, the Plum Blossom Allowance 12 furlong race. Good luck if you're in it. Here we go.
And they're up here in the Plum Blossom Allowance. I am actually in this race with boy named Sue. Kiara breaks well with Granada, then comes She Can See. Algeria Zero for fourth, followed by Diberdan and Bigfoot Stable Phenom, boy named Sue. The reason we're here, ladies and gentlemen, the first ticket we ever purchased is out there and moving up the track into third here in the early going to this 12 furlong left turning affair. It's Kiara now, shows the way, holding 5 pounds there. She Can See, hangs on for second. Boy named Sue there, still in third. Diver Dan riding out in fourth. Algeria starts to advance, and Soul Destroyer is going to round it out here. Opening quarter and 26 and change. Pretty sure we already called that, but it is slow going out here on a soft track. As this field gets ready to pass the wire for the first time now, everybody wave. That's your current leader, Kiera. She can see, still hangs tough there in second. If you get that New Kids on the Block reference, you're old. Congratulations. Algeria pulls up along third. Diver Dan back for fifth with boy named Sue struggling. And Granada starts to charge. And they make their way around the turn here yet again. And it's She Can See takes the lead. And she pushes clear now by 2. Kiera is going to tap on the brakes here and just hang out, waiting for a good spot. Boy named Sue, not out of it yet, tries to rally. Algeria in 4th, Granada in 5th, Soul Destroyer in 6th. No change here. And this field is pulling it along the backstretch. But Kiera's by 4, too strong here. And we are cruising. Kiera by 2 now, make it 3.5. Nope, make it actually nothing because Algeria with the move as I was checking in on boy named Sue. Sorry, don't normally call races I'm involved in for this very reason, ladies and gentlemen. But we're making our way around the far turn. Kiera continues to dominate here in the rain. Granada's still there. Algeria with Soul Destroyer. Where the hell is boy named Sue? Boy named Sue actually making that rally up here on the rail. But Granada is too strong now. She's the one to catch. And Algeria with Soul Destroyer off the turn. And here we go. Quarter of a mile's in the books, or a mile and a quarter even. 2:12, and here we go. It's time for the money shot. Granada's up front. Algeria's there with Soul Destroyer and Kiera. Boy named Sue is off the rail and looking for action. Can we at least get up into the money? It is not looking good here, chat. But it's going to be Granada. It's going to bring this one home at the wire over Algeria and Soul Destroyer.
Man, it was looking all right though. I mean, she was 11 to 1 or 12 to 1. It's kind of the long shot of the race. But Granada and Algeria, shout out to HHR Genetics, gets first and second place in that race. And I really like those bright blue jerseys. We need to get somebody in our DAO to design us some jerseys. I forgot all about that whole aspect. That's something we need ASAP.
Oh, I could always do up some silks. Yeah.
Yeah. Those jerseys were not. Oh, silks. I'm sorry. Whatever you call them. They were cool. All right. Let's see what I'll do. What was the name of that racetrack we were just at?
That was the Plum Blossom, Fuchu.
Fuchu? Is that how you pronounce it? All right.
Yeah, it's the Fuchu. Well, at least I get back some crown for that race, even though I got my ass handed to me.
So how does the crown work? You have to get a certain place to get crown back?
No, you get a crown just for joining a race. So every time the Joyride run, you get back some crown. When the season staking opens on May 29th, you got to take that crown, invest it, and at the end of the season, you get paid out in Derby, plus your crown back, stake it again, rinse and repeat. I'm actually getting back like $50-something already. Probably going to be closer to like 60 at the end of the month. So I'm looking at like $720 residual income just based on my crown staking alone. And I have like another 12,000 crown that'll probably unlock from all my PFPs over the course of the year, whatever the hell it is.
I was wondering how that crown worked with the PFPs. So how come you are able to already stake it, but you said we can't stake until May 29th?
Well, I staked for season 2.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, the staking period was open during the first week. 10 days the game was out. And then once the staking period closed, now everybody's basically locked in. And all the money that goes through each track, we get a kickback on that. So
nice. Yeah. We're starting to earn a little bit of crown ourselves. We got 200 crown in the DAO right now. Trying to build it up a little bit, so I guess we're going to be able to stake it there in 10 days on May 29th. All right, let's check out this next race. It's the Island Restricted Stakes, an 8-furlong race. It looks like we got 5 A+ horses in here. We got Jane from Absolute Horsepower, Hazel from Absolute Horsepower, Dirty Harry from Miami Nation. We got Crown Maxi from RVA, and Mazda from Big Brain Stable. So a lot of the OG stables in this race should be interesting. It seems like a lot of the OGs grab those A+s. A+s seem to be pretty profitable in this race. Or not in this race, but in this game. Mo,
I don't know if that's true. I think it's A- and A's are the strongest right now.
A- and A's, so not B+ or A+.
Well, no, here's the thing. B+ are actually doing very, very well. The problem with the B's and the B+ is it's a very small racing population compared to the others. You can go to Racer's Edge and actually pull up every horse racing, all the tickets, all the data. Like I said, man, there's tons of information out here to kind of understand what's happening. But trying to see. I think it's in the meta category.
Okay, so it's on Racer's Edge. Okay, that's
Yeah,
what you gotta
Racer's
do for a
Edge,
game
and I
like
believe
this. You got to get all the statistics and study them to get an edge. That's why it's called Racer's Edge, honestly.
Oh, it's horses, then leaderboards. Sorry, horses at the top, then leaderboards. Yeah, and just like I said, this will basically show you, most profitable horses, winningest horses, which isn't always the most profitable. Um, yeah. So,
Ooh,
like I said,
gotcha.
you can get lost in data here forever. You can sort it out by grade. So if you want to look and see, hey, what's the average speed figure for a good A horse or a good A minus, right? Because that's how I got my filly this morning. As a matter of fact, let me send you these horses real quick on DM.
Okay.
I'm going to show you the future of our syndicate for anybody that tunes in here.
It's interesting. There's only 3 S pluses in the whole entire ecosystem at this point once the game begins. So there's only 3. Keep that in mind. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, which means less breeding options, right? So you're gonna have to probably breed with something down lower, right? And then try to work up good bloodlines there. Yeah, it's.
And how many horses are you up to now, Mo?
15.
Ooh, 15 horses. Let's go. That reminds me, my free horse is going to be racing pretty soon. Let me see if oh, it looks like it already raced. It just raced a few minutes ago. Let's go check it out. And the koi fish allowance. And he got 6th place out of 8 horses. That's why I called him Rogue Bull. He's not very good.
Yeah, my free trainer horse is not that great either. But to be fair, I just was throwing them in races that needed to fill just to make sure they run. I don't really care what happens to my free horse. But for people, again, that are coming in that are new, if you join the Discord, you can actually find a tweet on there from David. He's like giving away an actual ticket horse for like top of the leaderboard or some shit. So
yeah,
definitely something to look into.
A contest.
And I'd be surprised if Photo Finish didn't step in themselves and start offering some competitions too.
Yeah, and it seems like there's lots of people running their free horses because there's always races to get into.
Yep. Oh, dude, listen, man, there was an image that he posted last week or whatever with like the third time website traffic and everything.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, people are coming in, brother. Like, people are coming in. I'm sure some people are coming in and cashing out, being like, I can't do this, or it's too rich for me, whatever. But yeah, people are coming in, man. Trust me, I know this from who's following me on Twitter. Actually, I told you this. I had like the CEO of another horse racing game hit me up and was like, "Hey, you want to do race calls?" And I told him 100K, we'll talk.
Wow, Mo just not.
I'm not gonna shout. I'm not gonna dox who it was, but I was like, "Yo, why would I leave Photo Finish for that shit?" You know what I'm saying? Like, no one else is producing anything like this, man. Not even close.
That's funny that they try to get a hold of you though. They're paying attention. They're paying attention to Photo Finish Live and watching the streams. Then, if they know who you are.
Yeah, and like I said, man, Churchill Downs partnership. If people don't think that's a big deal, they don't get it.
Oh, yeah.
The NBC stuff,
Yep.
the Twin Spires stuff, the whole ecosystem of Churchill Downs and Twin Spires, that's massive. Because again, this could go on a casino wall anytime they want. They basically have a partnership, so they can provide liquidity. They can provide pick 3s and pick 6s and all this crazy shit to start generating liquidity. And then when you own money in that track, and then you have a casino taking money, we're still getting a kickback on all them bets that are coming through the game. You know what I mean? Like,
Nice.
Oh my god, bro! This whole thing could be insane.
Yeah, I could see how they could probably set up a system for people that are at the track or at those places. I've got one here close to where I live where you go in. It's not any actual horses there, but there's different tracks all around. You can bet on any ones you want. I can see them adding Photo Finish Live to this and having a system where if you bet, you get some type of crown, so it gives people incentive to get into it. It's almost like onboarding people into NFTs just by playing Photo Finish Live.
Yeah, we're actually gonna. We have stuff around here too. They're called OTBs. Some places call them OTBs. Some off-track betting. Some people call them pavilions. In Florida, they were called something else. But basically, like you said, right? It's a place to gamble horses without horses actually on site.
Right.
And we're actually going to rent out what they call the Saratoga room. It's like a big room right off the big betting room on the floor. And again, here in New York, man, these places are massive, tons of traffic. So it's a big old room that they use to host parties and shit. my mom, my whole family's worked there. We've lived there over the years, you know. So I'm gonna rent out that room, and I'm just gonna get a. I'm gonna bring my TV down. I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna angle it out towards the big betting room.
Nice.
And I can't wait to see how many people are gonna be going up to place their real horse bets. They're gonna kind of like glance over and see photo finish like right on the screen. I guarantee, man, people are gonna come strolling in like, "Yo, what track is that? You know, where's that at?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's going to happen, man. Because everybody I show this to, they're all like, "Wait, that's a game."
All right, it's race time. Good luck if you're in this race. Here we go.
And they're up here in the Royal Garden Trophy Grade 1 race. Perlino breaks the better of it here from in between horses. And comes Doopy Dupree and Myra Monkhouse. A2, a little slow out the gate there, is going to round out the top four here as they shoot down past the wire for the first time. And everybody waved here. Current leader out of Soulmate Stables here in the Yellow Silks. That's Perlino. Perlino, you may remember him from the beta. Strong horse, riding it out here in a small four-horse field. Opening quarters coming on in 24 and change. Perlino has not been phased yet. Another break of 6 back to the dueling pair of Duppy Dupree and Myra Monkhouse, but Duppy Dupree has had enough and takes off. And all the way in the back there comes K2. Didn't like being the last runner here and pulls up alongside to take third. Half mile and 48 and change across the pond, push down the backstretch here one more time. Perlino, 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 how far can you take me? Perlino is not giving up hope today and continues the show here by 5. Duppy Dupree still there. Another break of 2 down the rail. Myra Monkhouse not out of it. K2 trying to find some rally. 3/4 in 113. And we're heading around the far turn. And Perlino might finally have some company. Come and knock on my door, Susie. It's Perlino on the inside. Doopy Dupree on the outside as we head down past the 16th pole. Perlino's trying to hold on, but it is coming down to the wire, and Duppy Dupree says, "This is my time to shine, Perlino." It's going to be Duppy Dupree over Perlino and K2.
Did Duppy Dupree get the win? Our timing is way off. I'm still at the 100-meter mark. It looks like Duppy Dupree does pull away, just like Mo had mentioned. Gets the victory. Shout out to D Stables with the win. Shout out to Roger E's in the chat. What's up, Roger? It's time for some Friday night races. We're a little bit early tonight because of the race schedule. We got more races going down between 6 and 8 than we do between 7 and 9. But man, Mo, we got to get our timing down. I don't know how to do it exactly, but we're way off.
This is my fault. I will take full blame for this. I am currently trying to do something, and I probably need to be on that page 10 seconds ahead of time.
Okay, so I should this time I'll just let it play by itself, just full screen at whatever page we're on. I guess the Rising Sun Allowance is next. Is that what you got?
No, I'm on the Island Allowance.
That one's over. Oh, is it? Or is it happening right now?
Yeah, it was happening. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's,
Oh.
I don't know. We'll have to maybe look at like a screen sharing way instead of
Well, I think those
refreshing.
went down right at the exact same time, so that's kind of tough to keep up with. All right, so we're gonna miss the Island Allowance. It's already happening, and it was let's see what it looked like. It was an allowance race. I was thinking about getting our horse into some of these handicap races, even though she's a B plus. Would she not be carrying any weight at all, going up against like S minuses that are carrying 6 or 8 pounds, Mo?
Oh, 100% she'll be getting the advantage on that. Yeah. Especially as a, is it a B or a B plus? It's a B plus, isn't it?
B plus, yep.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically if that's the lowest graded horse in the race, you're basically just going to screw every, you know, S minus or even like A plus that's in that race, you know?
You think it's a good strategy? I know some of those handicap races cost a lot to enter.
Well, that's the thing. Well, it's a little bit cheaper for Bs, I think. Well, actually, no, not for those. Because the cheap ones that I run are the 1004 Derby, like $10 or something.
Yeah.
Those are pretty much the ones I run with my B horses, and my B horses are lighting up the freaking board, man.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah. It's actually the best. They were the most profitable in my bar until Joker heated up.
Can't believe you stole Joker from me. That was my name. Not that I was going to use it or anything, so I guess it's all good. And I know
You had no horses. You had no horses. I had to, somebody else was going to steal it. I'm like, yo, somebody's going to take the name. let me take it, and then when we get some blood out of it, I can give you like Joker's revenge. You know what I mean?
That's better than somebody I don't know taking it. Shout out to
That's
VE from the
that's what
VV
I'm
Drop
saying.
channels
Exactly.
here. He's asking how our horse is doing. He's a member of our DAO. We were checking out our horse just now, Joyride. This is her next race. It's tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. It's going to be a maiden race, and you have to be at most B plus, and she is a B plus, so I think that's good for her. However, that's how we usually run her, and she hasn't done so well in the past. We've got 4 races under our belt so far, but at least on the last race, she got a 3rd place, and she looked pretty good in that race too. She was fading at the end. She barely pulled off the 3rd because there were 2 horses getting ready to pass her, but at the beginning of the race and halfway through as well, she was like in the lead most of the time, so it was promising. We're trying to get the perfect distance down. I think we're going 8 furlongs again next time, but I don't know, Mo. Do you think we should shorten the distance we're running her, or just keep testing different distances?
Well, yeah, it's like I was saying before. You try to get these different brackets, like a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Obviously you're not always going to find the ideal distance, but if you could try to test those distances there, then someone like me can come along, since I am part of the syndicate, get the free jockey reports, and we can start pulling up split times and really see,
Gotcha.
where she's going to do her best, right?
Yeah.
Now, again, if you wanted to get that today, it would cost you like $1,000 in buying PFPs right now. I don't know what the floor price is actually. But so that's free data that I'm getting on every single race if I want to look at. And what I just made a decision, I'm going to send you these horses real quick on Twitter.
Shout out to Bruin88's in the chat. He got 2 Jabbas and an Akbar off the market, I guess, today. He hasn't got his Rancor yet, waiting for it to drop or to dip in value. I sniped myself a Jabba that I wanted to flip, but it won't let us relist our stuff on the market. I can't sell it, so now it's stuck. I'm stuck holding the bag. I don't know if they fixed that. If anybody knows, can we sell our stuff yet? Because it won't let me relist the Jabba that I bought, and it was a 2-digit, and I was expecting to get a little profit out of that bad boy. Mo, did you go for the Star
You
Wars
can't.
drop?
Oh boy, you did it. Oh shit, you did it. You said the magic word. You said VV. I'm out.
I didn't say VV. It was Bruin
It's auto
88.
launching. You just said
It
VV.
was
Someone said
Bruin
VV in
88.
chat.
Oh, God.
Oh my god, you
Sorry.
just initiated sequence. Holy shit.
Here we go.
Oh my god, I'm out. You got every time VV gets mentioned, it sends me out to the freaking moon again.
You gotta blame Bruin88. It wasn't me. I was just reading the chat. Oh no, Mo is gone.
Oh,
He's on
Jesus.
The moon. Well,
back on the moon.
that happens from time to time around here.
No, whoops, wrong scene. I sent you 2 links real quick. I want to kind of show you the potential future here of not only our syndicate, but probably the entire Bigfoot stable empire. The first one I sent you was the male.
Weekend moderator.
Yep.
Okay. And what can I tell from this page? Because all I see is that one race you ran. I see he's at.
Oh, sorry.
18.
Click on the ticket.
Click on the ticket.
See next to the name where it says like the gray ticket. Sorry.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay. So wow, yeah, some good stats. 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, and a 3, 2.5, and 3 on the preferences. So how much did you pay for this one?
Take a look at them boosts
Where's the boosts?
right above the numbers.
Oh wow, yeah, 24.5. Seems like you got a steal on this one.
Yeah, and that's basically going to be the main male going forward, and then the female. I risked it all today, man. I had to move some things around, piss off some people, but able to get that filly. I think that filly is going to work out very well. If you look at the original page that comes up for that filly, with all the dots and everything on it.
I didn't get the. I don't think I got the link for the filly.
Oh, did I send you 2 links?
I
Oh,
only
no,
got
I did not.
one.
Nope, I only sent you one. That's my bad.
Let's see what this filly's all about. Is it an LTS also?
Yep. Yeah, the matching pair. Now, before you look at the ticket, look at the 4 furlong. Look at that fucking blue dot. The green is average, and look at that blue dot. Look at how fast that freaking horse is, man.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. Oh, great average. But isn't it below average at 4 and just barely above average at 5?
Yeah, but fuck 5. I'm talking about 4. If I'm running sprint, if I want the super sprinting, breed, right? I don't think there's any other horse actually out there running that 4 furlong split, especially in the A category. of that time. That's the lowest I found. And I spent 14 hours downloading every race result, looking through every split time for all these graded horses, man. Maybe I missed one, but I know I got one of the top three. So when it comes to speed, speed kills, man. This ticket is nasty.
Bruin88 is apologizing for setting you off. It happens. It's okay. It's not your fault, Bruin88. It does not take much to set Mo off. VV Drop says, Cryptoys, that ought to cleans your palate. There you go. Yeah, see, it is.
Oh, dude, by the way, can we talk about that real quick?
Sure.
First of all, awesome job on the AMA, man. Awesome job.
Appreciate it.
I'm a judge. I'm always like a first reaction judge of character type person, and then like 5-10 years I'll be like, yep, I called that, you know. You're a scumbag, you're a cool dude. Dude, the vibe I get from that Cryptoys team, right? That's a cool group, man. Whether or not they know exactly what they're doing, I don't know. But man, the way they're handling it, the way that they are, I love that team. Absolutely love that team. I never liked Dan. I never liked David. I never liked Reese. I never liked any of those. I like the IP at VV. I hated that team since day one. So, dude, I am so amped up for Cryptoys.
I don't have my FUD bomb right now, or I drop it on that one. That's good. That's good stuff. No, I think Cryptoys does have a great team. I think they're going to be doing some great products, but I don't think they're going to be flippable or have any value, any resale value at all. What do you think?
Want to bet?
I mean,
Want to bet? Amazon Marketplace opens up. They go to Amazon Marketplace. See ya. VV who? Layla? Watch the price of that Layla. That thing goes to Amazon.
Who's buying it? Who's buying it and why?
Oh, everybody's gonna be buying it.
Because
when Amazon Marketplace opens up,
right?
Watch when Twitch starts to do integration for their games and their NFTs, and all these different groups start to migrate towards Amazon Marketplace. Oh, it's gonna happen.
I can see something with like the Amazon goggles or whatever it is that they're building. If they implemented like Cryptoys into that and it had its own app, but you had to buy the NFT separately, then yeah, I could definitely see a big market for it that way. But at this point, I don't think they're going to sell out or anything like that. However, they do have the special rarities. So if you get like an Ultra Grail, I'm sure on the secondary market, that's going to have a lot of extra value because there's only, I think they said like 100 of them or something. Very scarce.
Yeah, the 100. Yeah, the 100 for the top tiers, which, you know, again, when it comes to scarcity, right? That's a pretty good spot. Tell it to America Chavez, but you know, it's a disrespect on my girl.
Did you hear what happened to America Chavez? Or no, it was Kamala Khan. They killed off one of them. Did you hear about? They killed off Marvel character.
In the movie?
No, like in the books, in the comic series, just like a day ago or a couple days ago, they killed off. I think it was Kamala Khan or America Chavez. It might have been America Chavez. Maybe somebody in the
How
chat
can you kill
knows.
off America Chavez? I'm not a huge comic book guy, but doesn't she exist in like? Isn't she able to like hop between all the realms because she only exists in like the one and she could always move and bob and weave? Well, I guess she was gonna die in maybe Doctor Strange, right? Maybe I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, she could. They could catch her. I don't know.
Just convince myself. Yeah.
BE says, Mo knows. Have you seen the Castle Grayskull that he put in his video? It's gonna be a Cryptoys playset.
I have not seen it. You're telling BE to post his damn videos at a decent hour, not 1 a.m. so I can see them. No, I'll check it out later, BE. I look forward to that.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying, right? Like, with Cryptoys, I didn't want to talk about the mints real quick. There's a lot of mints on Cryptoys, no doubt, right?
Oh, yeah.
I still stand by it, bro. If people really believe in any of this the way people swear they do with their wallets, man, even on VV, some of those mint counts, man, that's going to be a drop in the bucket compared to the amount of people fighting over it. And I'm talking about even some of the higher ones.
Yeah, we saw.
I don't know.
We saw the Golden Moments pump like crazy during the bull run, and they got over 12,000 additions on some of those.
So, well, that was the bot run.
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah. But I mean, when
and the Dirty Gem run.
Yeah, but still, if the bots are simulating users, and we did actually have that many users, I think the same exact collectibles that went up with the bot run would go up with a push in users, don't you think?
Normally I would agree, but considering that 9 out of 10 people that I remember back in those days, most of them I have muted or blocked on Twitter, were all using some sort of, gem exchange service. Basically, while I was paying $1, again, getting fisted by Vivi, trying to be a nice, be the moral guy, take the moral high ground, right? Yeah. Everyone else is like, oh yeah, no, 70% off, 70% off, 70% off. So you take a 20%, even a small 20% market dip, and then increase that with a 70%, dirty gem fee, right? Or people just having different sorts of liquidity volume. I mean, you can see exactly why that whole thing. I don't think those prices will. Man, you need a lot of people to get back to that because, like I said, you're talking about 70% of that dirty gem value, man. Right? Am I wrong on that? Wasn't it 30 cents on the dollar at its lowest or something?
20 cents. Some people are selling at 0.2, but who knows how much was bought or how much was purchased. I mean, I was buying and selling them at 0.5. I mean, mostly selling. I bought 500 gems for 250 bucks once, but I sold a lot of my gems for 50% also because you couldn't cash out at the time. And I wanted to cash out a little bit. I should have cashed out a whole lot more than I did, of course, looking back now, but hindsight is 2020. But I've been doing pretty well with Bitcoin ordinals recently. Have you been
I wanted to ask you about those actually. Yeah, I didn't buy those pandas. How they doing?
I mean, their floor price was up to 500 on them. I think it's back down to around 350 right now. I paid 30 bucks each for them less than a week ago. And then this other one I
Ooh.
bought just because I had extra money in my wallet was $8 and I had like $10. So I'm like, just give me something that's $8. Its floor price is 250 now, and they just opened up a Discord. So, and I'm getting airdrops for holding this. The Panda got me in 200. I'm sorry, not yeah, 222 Z-bit, which is worth like $88, just sent to me for free. And I got whitelisted for Saturday's drop, which is Ape Runners, some new ordinals that I'm going after.
I think I'm whitelisted for that actually.
Yeah, and I picked up my first SRC20 bit ordinal, not ordinal, bit ordinal, but my first SRC20 ordinal instead of a BRC20 ordinal, and it was like super complicated to purchase. I don't know what's going to go on with those. I don't know. It's getting crazy. They got ORC20s now, and they got DRC20 ordinals, and I don't know which one is going to come to the top, but I think it's smart to buy a few of them just in case one of them ends up being CryptoPunks. You know, the CryptoPunks of Bitcoin. That would be pretty nice.
Well, I mean, again, we have 20 seconds for the race. I'm on that page, by the way. But I mean, you've seen all these market surges and falls, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, good call on that, man. Great call on the pandas.
Yeah, thanks.
I
got
actually want to ask you a
internet
little
for it
bit more
too.
about that after this race.
Yeah, I'll tell you a lot about the pandas. 'Cause I learned a lot after buying them. All right, so the plan here is I'm going to click the refresh button at 0.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. And I'm actually going to do it with you this time.
All right, here we go. Good luck if you're in
Yep.
this race.
All right, horses are at the gate. Right now, it's the photo finish live. Sign up on the board. Might give us an idea where we are on timing. Big Source Field in the gate. And away they go here in the Rising Sun Allowance. It's Swift Rose swiftly out to the front with Lost Coast. And comes Electric Lady on the outside with Exit Strategy. And comes International Jet Set in the Yellow Silks in fifth. Followed by Sentosa Cove here. Gonna round out the leaderboard as they head into the far turn. Make it the only turn in this 5 furlong right turning affair. And Elite Racing runner Electric Lady is absolutely flying here on the track. Only carrying 2 pounds could be a little bit of an advantage over Swift Rose now, who's finding some trouble out there. Exit Strategies trying to find new gears. International Jet Sets in a whole new dimension as they hit the turn and head for home. Exit Strategy is doing that, living up to the name and trying to plan his way out to the victory line. But it's Exit Strategy past the 8th hole now, going to be by 4 lengths. International Jet Set all they can do is watch as Exit Strategy is going to win this one with a beautiful move on the turn over International Jet Set and Electric Lady.
Shout out to Exit Strategy from Exit Strategy Racing. And the timing was perfect on that one, Mo.
Okay, I was going to say, okay. Yeah, the other two are my fault.
All right. Well, so we'll start doing that. We'll refresh right at the 0 second mark. All right, let's get the next race pulled up and see how long we have before the next race starts.
Like 12 minutes.
Oh yeah, we got plenty of time then. Yeah. So yeah, we could talk Bitcoin ordinals then. The ones that I bought, the pandas, and I know people were asking me, should I buy one now? I mean, I don't like buying stuff that has already pumped. I was buying them for
Yeah.
30, and now they're at like 200 and something. But they are having some really good utility because it's actually the company that makes the Ordinals wallet website that did the Bitcoin pandas, and then did one other project. They got a gorillas and a pandas, and then that's their only 2 projects. And owning those 2 projects gets you whitelisted for all this other stuff. So they have this really cool drop. I think it's happening today. Might be happening right now, and it's a tokenized coin for a Banksy painting. And there's this company that owns like 3 or 4 Banksy paintings, and they decided to tokenize one of them, and they're selling it. It's money sign BKSY, and they're selling it as tokens. I think it's $500 to mint. I'm whitelisted for it, but $500 is a little too much for me. However, I can see that being worth a lot, and I like the fact that they're doing that as a Bitcoin ordinal, and showing how popular they're becoming, because those prices have been blowing up recently. The pages crashed all day yesterday because of too much traffic. So today it's finally back up and prices are moving again.
Let me ask you this, because this is always what I think I told you guys a story on Fudders, but I made my secondary wallet, and I wound up getting drained, right? Because I figured I'd roll the dice a little bit, and just see if I could find some cheap mins, some quick early things, right? Things I normally wouldn't do on my main account. And let's say you hit me up and you're like, Mo, there's this ordinal drop in tomorrow, $20 in Bitcoin. How much do I actually have to pay for that $20 Bitcoin ordinal? Is it like $47, like some freaking Ethereum things? Because pay the fees here. First, I got to buy it on Coinbase or whatever, right? Pay the fees there, do the transaction fee, send it over, gas fee. Buy it, gas fee. I want to reveal it, gas fee, right? Like, transfer it to a custodial wallet, gas fee. I mean, so how much are we looking at for a $20 Bitcoin ordinal? How much do you actually have to spend?
All right, I can show you right now, because that Ordinals wallet website that I use is a market, and that's kind of what I buy and sell on. But now you can buy and sell these on Magic Eden. So if you go to Magic Eden and click on the Bitcoin tab, and then bring up, for instance, Bitcoin Pandas, and click on to buy one, that's not the right one, then it will show you how much the fees are. I think it's like a couple bucks, but we'll show for sure. All right.
I mean, a couple bucks is reasonable, All
right, so it's 2% taker fee. I guess it's the taker fee, right? Let's see what that is. 0.000158.
Isn't the taker fee was like taken out of the overall sale price, kind of like VB's?
I thought it was like it says $4.25. It was like a royalty that you could turn off, maybe, but no, not on this. You have to keep that on there. So it's about, I think that's the gas fee, $4. Usually that's about what it is. So yeah, that's right. I've got that one. I've got I also picked up one since they started pumping. I bought these one called Hidden Society. Didn't really know anything about them except for the fact that there's only 111 of them, and they look kind of cool. And I know my buddy Adam bought one too. We bought in at 111, and right now they're at like 200, and that was just less than 2 days ago, I guess, about less than 48 hours ago. So all of the Bitcoin stuff seems to be going up right now. Ordinals is like the shiny new toy that the NFT bros are going after, and it's been doing pretty well for me.
So, quick question. Are these going to be what creates mass adoption? I don't think so. I'm just curious what you think. 'Cause, I mean, we can keep getting all these NFTs, right? But they just keep pumping these brand new gadgets and then disappear. I mean, you think there'd be like long-term sustainability?
Well, Bitcoin Pandas, PFP, stuff like that are definitely not going to be bringing in no mass adoption. But the whole key with Bitcoin NFTs is that they're trying to get the Bitcoin whales to start buying them. And some people think that they have started buying them because there's a whole lot of money in the Bitcoin ecosystem, even compared to Ethereum. So that's kind of the whole play here, is to get the Bitcoin people to start buying them, which is not mass adoption. Mass adoption is going to come from gaming NFTs, in my opinion. And it takes 4 or 5 years to make a really, really good game, unless you have something like here. A simulation horse racing game is a little bit different. And this is the one I always point to, too, when people talk about how NFT games are not at that level yet. I always point to this one. Well, this one is. But the ones that are maybe first-person shooters or battle royal style, the ones that could actually bring mass adoption, they're going to take 4 or 5 years to develop. And we're only at 2 or 3 years in the whole NFT space. So I think people are working on them, but it's still a whiles away. Don't you think gaming is going to be what brings most people into the space?
Oh, I've said this since day one. Yeah. Midnight Society, I bought in for 50, cashed out for 1,100. Will buy it again. I think they're down to like 600 now on OpenSea. We'll buy it again once one with a sniper rifle comes up. Because if those, if that sniper rifle on my guy's back, because I had a sick one. It was a sniper rifle on one shoulder and then like a freaking spiked bat on the other or something. Oh, nice. Now, we don't know if they're actually going to be like weapon NFTs, kind of like how Cryptoys has the separate NFTs. We don't know that on Midnight Society. Speculation. But if they ever did that and I was able to get like an NFT, it was like a 0.01% trait too. So, imagine if you got that sniper rifle as a rare NFT drop inside Midnight Society, it'd be worth thousands,
Yeah. And that would bring more people in to play the game, because even if they don't even want to play the game or they don't care about video games, they could just be playing it to farm good items or to try to get lucky and get something that's worth thousands of dollars. It's going to be interesting when that mechanic becomes a reality. I don't know about console games. Definitely for PC games. Maybe even console games one day. They did. Sony applied for that patent for
Yep.
something to do with NFT trading in between games. Do you know much about it, Mo?
Yeah, so I think it was like a year ago now. Like you got to remember, I don't talk to anybody outside of like you, BE, and a few people we've associated with when it comes to this type of stuff. When I speak to people in the real world, my gaming buddies, and I talk about the blockchain and Sony, this and that, dude, they want to kill me. And I remember sending them the article with the PlayStation stars, where they were like these digital collectibles, and everyone was saying it was like their test for NFTs, right?
Right.
And even the way they were kind of like marketing them and kind of like setting them up. And then sure as shit, man, yeah, it was like I think it was like 3, maybe 6 months later. Yeah, they filed for the patent, and yeah, it was like not too long ago now. Another more news, man. They're just Sony. All these games like Illuvium, even Midnight Society with Doctor Disrespect and all his money and all the team that he's got behind them. They're all just making mistakes so that Sony, Microsoft, Epic, these big names, when they see everybody else work out the kinks, they're just gonna walk in and be like, "Thanks for the blueprint, asshole," and they're gonna make the most insane NFT, mass adopted games, platforms, systems, you name it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've even said it. I think Microsoft said it. They have no business in the NFT world right now. They just said let everybody else figure it out, and then they'll just come in. You know?
Yeah, same way that people are learning from Vivi's mistakes whenever they create their new NFT platforms and doing things differently and probably benefiting from it. So yeah, that makes perfect sense, 100%.
Yeah, so let me ask you this real quick too. One more thing about the ordinals.
Mm.
You said you're buying them on Magic Eden, right? Or you can buy them on Magic Eden?
You can. That's not where I buy them, but you can buy and sell them on Magic Eden. Yes.
Now I notice when I go to Magic Eden or my Phantom wallet now, I have like multiple chains in there, so I would assume it's not just gonna pull from like my USDC Solana side, right? I have to bridge everything over and then it'll probably pull from that wallet.
Well, I use Unisat, the Unisat UNISAT wallet, and connect that to Magic Eden, and I can import my wallet from ordinalswallet.com over into the Unisat wallet, and then connect that to Magic Eden, so I can buy and sell from there.
God, that would scare the shit out of me.
I mean, it was a little nerve wracking, but no, I mean, all you gotta do is put in your seed. It wasn't actually your seed phrase; it was my private key that unlocked it for the Unisat wallet. But somebody else had mentioned it in the Bitcoin Pandas Discord that they were doing it too, so I went through all their steps to make sure I was doing it right. What was really nerve wracking is the whole process of buying my SRC20 NFT. I'll pull it up on the screen. Um, for that, you have to go to this crazy website. I'll even pull up the website. It's called RareStamp.xyz, because these SRC20s are not called Bitcoin ordinals, they're called Bitcoin stamps because they're actually stamped onto the Bitcoin themselves.
Oh my God, you're a stamp collector again? Oh
Not
shit,
that
here
kind
we
of
go,
stamp,
chat.
although they do have those kind of stamps in there. It's down right now, but then you had to get this wallet called freewallet.io, and then I had to load some Bitcoin, send some Bitcoin to that wallet, and then in order to buy this NFT right here, I had to find out the wallet that the NFT was in, and then send the exact amount of Bitcoin to that wallet, and then just wait. And somehow or another, that wallet sends me the NFT. So I mean, I didn't really think it was gonna work, because it sounded like I don't want to say it sounded like a scam, but I was kind of surprised that it went through. But sure enough, a few minutes later, it popped up in my wallet. So these are the stamps, the NFT stamps, which people are saying now are more final and more immutable than the Bitcoin ordinals. But the technology behind it is really deep. And although I'm kind of into computers, technology is deep for me even. I'm trying to understand it, bro. I'm trying.
Yeah, honestly, every time I start to read into some of this stuff, I'm like, do I really need to know this? Um, but I am fascinated by a lot of, like I said, the ordinal stuff, and I know they had the issues with the traffic and people like fucking log jamming it, and
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Bitcoin. Like, I didn't really use Bitcoin too much. By the time I got in, like I said, I was kind of going from ETH to Matic with like Zed Run stuff, and then I kind of just went right to Solana. It just made the most sense to me, the cheapest. But like, when I look at ordinals, and I look at Bitcoin. I guess ordinals is probably the best case scenario to make, like you said, to kind of generate the movement right in the Bitcoin community, because they're never going to get gaming on the Bitcoin blockchain. Like the TPS on Bitcoin can't even handle like an old school like mobile, like a 386 IBM game even. You know, like it's so slow, it's antiquated. Ethereum can't even really handle it. That's why most devs use Matic. But Solana, on the other hand, it's like 70,000 TPS or something.
Yeah, and I
So
think the
it's insane.
Bitcoin people, the maxis, will adopt it because people call Bitcoin a meme coin because it really doesn't do anything. It doesn't. But this makes it do something. And I think that if they invest into it,
No,
which
I
I
agree
really
with
hope that
you.
they do,
I agree with you. I was
it's
just
good.
saying that.
Shout out to Miski. Yeah, Xverse wallet is another good wallet to use for your Bitcoin
8 seconds, by
ordinals.
the way.
What's up, Crypto Doozy? He's enjoying the skeleton talk. All right, it's race time. Good luck if you're in it.
Oh,
All right, we are back at the track, Jack. Yakety yak, don't smack crack, don't smoke crack, chat. It's post time. No the hell's wrong with me. And they're off and running here in the autumn restricted stakes. Finland's gonna break best of it here from the outside with Coltrane down at the rail. All Heart there as well, good early speed by Haiti in fourth. And comes Natural State down there in the white silks in fifth, followed by Night Whispers. Watch out for them Night Whispers, folks, carrying 8 pounds and already on the move here. As this field's gonna head into the opening turn. We're heading 8 furlongs on the left turning track here on the turf. Track is yielding and smoke is good. And Hades shows the way here over Night Whispers. Another break of 2. Here comes Big Balls. Then comes All Heart right along here in fourth. Finland's going to top off here in between horses, jockeying for position in fifth. Then Natural State's going to tap on the brakes here in the sixth. But hold up, wait a second. Big Balls even. Big Balls all the way to the back. Not quite sure what happened there. Might not have been able to carry the weight. And it's Haiti back to the front. Haiti now leads by 2.5 over Night Whispers. And another break of 2 down at the rail. That's Finland. All Heart on the outside of him. Coltrane still there. 8 pounds on his back. Big Balls, not to be outdone here, is making one more resurgence. And around the far turn we go. 3/4 and 114. That can only mean it's showtime. And it's Haiti now at the top of the stretch. Finland battles on and flies on by. And Haiti breaks down like an old Buick. Finland to the front. Natural State's off the rail and looking for tail, but all they can do is chase. As we pass the 8th pole, it's going to be Finland over Natural State, and Night Whispers actually got up for third there. Almost made a premature collation.
You wouldn't want that. Shout out to HHR Genetics. Gets another win here on Friday night at the races. One of the top stables in the game right now. And Big Balls carrying 15 pounds. Those balls was too big. Weighed him down. He was an S tier horse too, last place. That's what happens when you run them in those handicaps. That's why I was thinking about running our B plus in some handicaps. I could see the B tiers are carrying 2 pounds. One of them was carrying 1 pound. So I think the B plus probably still would have been carrying a little bit of weight. I don't know. We might try that out. We might try running her in some handicaps. We need to get her maiden broke first, though.
yeah, I think if we could fine tune the speed, you know what I'm saying, like the exact distance that we need. Yeah, I mean a handicap race is definitely not out of the question with a B plus. But like I said, really, and again, this is maybe just for newer people or people trying to get involved. Start with your maiden. Only run against the same class of horse. So if you have an A minus, only run against A minus in a maiden. Once you get a win, your second level should be like an allowance. Maybe a handicap. They're around the same price right now. Speaking of which, those prices are coming down. They're not going to like $1 and $2 racing, thank God. But there's definitely been like a weird gap between so for instance, you race your B horses, right? Like we have the B plus, right? It costs like what, $3.50, $4 or something for the maiden?
It's usually 388 Derby.
Yeah, so it's like 378, I think, is the price on that. So basically, you're racing for under $4, and then when you break your maiden, your next option is to go to like $10, right? That's reasonable.
Wow.
Your S horses,
Ouch.
you race from 13 to 19. That's reasonable though. But by then, when you fine tune your speed and your distances, right? That's a reasonable price. But now your S horses, yeah, these are the people that probably got some money. They're invested. They're racing for 13 to 19 in maiden, and then they're going right to 23. They're only getting a $4 increase. That's crazy. And then look at the A horses, right? This was my biggest gripe. A horses are racing from $4 to eight and change, I think. But as soon as you break your maiden with any A horse, your next best option is $20.
Dang.
That's your cheapest race. So any of my A horses that break their maiden, I now have to spend $20 to raise those horses. Now, I have no problem with $20 races. But when you go from 4, 5, again, like 850 to 20 compared to what the other prices are at, it just didn't line up. So anyway, they're coming out with a new system. They're kind of revamping the allowances and the handicaps.
Good.
And they said it's going to be something like $7 and up. So probably the Bs are probably be down more towards 7 now. And I'd imagine like 10 to 12 for A's. S's will probably be up in like the 19, 20 range. But that's just for shitty horses.
Right.
If you have a good A horse, right, now you can run like a stakes race. You can run the handicaps for more money. So you do have the option to run that $50 entry or $100 entry. But you can't expect people coming in racing for $3, $4, $5 to go to 20 or even 15. It's a little high. You know, it's a bit crazy.
Definitely. Shout out to
Maybe
Evolved
I'm
Collections
wrong.
in the chat. What's up, Evolved? We got the Pearl River maiden coming up in less than a minute. This is a maiden race with A plus is the maximum rating. So really some of these A horses probably shouldn't be running in this race, but we got 4 A tier horses and 2 A pluses. Maker's Mark doesn't have very good preferences, so I think Harley Quinn's going to run away with this one, and that's from Poseidon Racing. Although he did kind of steal my horse name. I had a horse named Harley Quinn in the last beta version, but I guess since I sold it, I'm not mad. All right, hopefully Harley Quinn does win, though. He's got my horse's name, and that's the one I'm picking to win this Pearl River Maiden 9 furlong race. Good luck if you're in it. Here we go.
Don't worry. All the people that stole our names, Walt, don't worry.
I'm keeping a list.
Rainmaker's Revenge, Harley Quinn's Revenge, Joker's Revenge. Oh, they're coming.
All right. Horses are in the gate here. 6-horse field. Odo finish live. Friday night at the races. And they're up and running here in the Pearl River Maiden. Scoop Meister is going to shoot to the front here. Then comes Harley Quinn. Parabola Soul, even down at the rail, breaks for third, followed by Silly Puddles here, as it's these 4 going to push to the front with Maker's Mark. Then it's Bussin' rounding out the top leaderboard here as they head out the chute and on to the main track, and I am punching my microphone. Around the opening turn they go, 25 and change. Low pace here in the early goings, but Scoop Meister is enjoying it. Now, right on cue, here comes Parabola Soul to yoink the lead. Harley Quinn's going to go with him. Scoop Meister taps the brakes, drops back to third. Maker's Mark's going to go. Silly Puddles there, rounding on the outside here. 6 wide for fifth. Bussin' still's going to round out 6 here. No change there. And down the backstretch we go. Parabola Soul opens up by 4. Then comes Harley Quinn down at the rail. Maker's Mark on the outside shoulder. That beautiful two-tone colt. Up the rail, and it's Scoop Meister at 6-1, trying to find some racing room, and has it. Then comes Bussin', no longer in dead last. At Accolade now goes to Silly Puddles. Into the far turn we go. It's Parabola Soul trying to hold on, but Scoop Meister's trying to rally here. And it's Parabola Soul now down the rail. Harley Quinn there, Scoop Meister, even Maker's Mark and Bussin', as we got a 5-horse affair here on the turn. But Harley Quinn says, it's mine, Mr. J. And it's Harley Quinn now to the front. Breaks open by 3, Parabola Soul at the rail. Scoop Meister is trying to find some room, but Bussin' is there. And it's Harley Quinn, not going to be denied. 9 furlong says, give me more. And it's Harley Quinn going to bring this one home over Parabola Soul and Scoop Meister.
Shout out to Poseidon Racing with the victory with Harley Quinn, and the 1-horse Parabola Soul takes second place, making...
He did say exacta box too, by the way.
Yeah, Crip Doozy gets the exacta box.
Did say
winner.
exacta box.
Yeah, that's a winner. But probably not a big winner since the favorite got first. Always, whenever I exacta box, I'm always hoping that my long shot takes first place, because that ups the winnings though. But that's a winner right there. Good call in the chat. And
Well, that's why I don't normally box it. If I'm going to play the favorite in there, I don't normally box it for that reason, because it doesn't really pay, right? Like you said. So, let's say I like the favorite in the 2, but I really like the 1. I don't really want the 2-1, right? So I'll play a 1 with a 2, 6, 7, and throw some other numbers in there. You know what I'm saying? This way, for the same price, you kind of get more horses. And I don't want that original ticket anyway, like you said.
See,
That's just kind of how I play tickets.
yeah, see, I always bet more than the horses that I'm boxing. So if I'm boxing an exacta, then I always bet 3 horses, not 2. That way I can be wrong. I always give myself the room of error. So if I'm betting a trifecta, I pick 4 horses and box it.
Yeah. I mean, that could get pricey depending on how much you're playing it for.
Yeah, with some of those trifectas, I think you can even do like 10-cent trifecta box. I've done crazy bets like that before, where it's like $2 and I got like 5 horses. I'm like, I'm gonna win. Or, I'm gonna win, but I'm not gonna win much. All right.
Well, here in the States, it's usually 50-cent tries. Overseas, they got 20-cent tries. But we have 10-cent superfectas. Those my mother
That might be
plays
what
the
it
shit out of
was.
those.
Yeah, it might have been 10-cent superfecta. I think 50-cent trifecta is what they got at Churchill Downs too. That's really the only place I go to. Crypto Doozy says it's just bet safely so I can drag the night out. Hate going home earlier than I want. Yeah, that's probably a good strategy as well. I always have like I think it's like $18 every race that I bet, because I bet like 3 horses, or exacta box and trifecta box, where it comes out to $18. So if I plan on being there for 4 races, then I bring $80. So I got enough for each race. All right, we got the Moon
I mean,
King.
that's kind of the way to do it.
Yeah, always ahead of time, and that way, if you win, you just put it up. You don't have to worry about betting it again, betting your money away. I hate winning, like especially at a casino, and then losing it all before you leave. That's the worst.
Oh yeah, damn straight.
All right, so we got the Mooncake Claiming Race, the first claiming race of the night. You can actually claim these horses. What do the prices look like on claiming? Do you get to set the prices, or does Photo Finish Live set the prices for you?
So right now they're set. It's like 33,000 Derby, roughly $410. Um, but yeah, so they set it right now. But again, when the new pricing and everything comes, probably for season 3, I'd imagine it's gonna be one big change. There will be different floors of claimer. So you'll probably have claimers at, let's say, I don't know, 10,000 Derby. Roughly like 90 something dollars maybe.
That's not bad.
You'll probably have some for like 250. You'll have the ones we have now for 400 and change. They already said they're gonna have different levels of claimers because we desperately need them. And people say we need a lot of things, and you might understand this, Walt, because I don't know how much handicap you really do when you play horses, but like when you're looking at a horse past performance, right, like a book. If you ever look through it, it'll say like NW2L, right? NW130, right? So basically what it's telling you is the restriction for this race is non-winners of 2 lifetime, which means a horse broke its maiden and now is looking for its second win. Those are the only horses that can run that race. So for like super horses that are just kicking ass, they can no longer run that after 2 or 3 races because they've already maxed out, right?
Sure.
So what happens is you start to make like these racing lanes, and like you compartmentalize the game without even trying, because you just create these requirements like real life. Everyone says we need them, but everyone seems to fail to realize the game's only been out since freaking April 24th. The only thing that's going to allow that to happen is time. 30 days goes by, now they can do non-winners of 2 in a season, right? 30 days, non-winners of 2 season, non-winners of 2 lifetime. Now these race requirements make more sense, instead of just like, hey, if you're an A, you got more weight. They don't have to do that all the time, because they can say, hey, you know what? If you're an A but you're struggling, you only got 1 win or whatever, we're gonna hook you up. All right? Does that make sense? Like, you ever looked through that in the books? I know a lot of people like, I have never looked at that in my life.
Not at that particular stat. No, that's not something I looked at.
Yeah, like I said, it's all over every book for people that look at like every race. You can break it down. It'll say like ALW 50K, NW2L, right? That means allowance,
Okay, yeah.
50K purse, non-winners of 2 lifetime. You know what I'm saying? I think they have some other info in there every now and then. Stakes, state bred, filly only, shit like that. But
Yeah, when I'm looking
for the
through the
most
book,
part,
I'm always checking to see like if they have come down from a race that was like $50,000 prize, and now they're racing on one that's $25,000. I can,
Yep.
I count that as coming down a class, so I factor that in when I'm deciding which horse to bet on. Shout out to Crypto Doozy, says he's in the NYC area, same as Mo Knows. My skeleton buddy above me is from NYC as well. He's out there. I want to say I wanted to say Long Island. That's not right, is
Yeah,
it?
Long Island.
Okay,
Yep,
okay.
Long Island.
Yeah, you got that Long Island accent. He says, so I'm usually at Belmont or Monmouth Park, two of my favorites. Let's go. What's up, Alejandro's in the house? I know Alejandro was playing a little bit in the beta version. I don't know, did you get a horse, Alejandro, or did you join our DAO? I don't think you're in our DAO. We got 9 people. I'm trying to get some more people in the DAO. Maybe we can get a second horse before it's too late, before they start the next season. Are these...
We should actually talk about that because I have 3 sprinters
Oh,
and I
yeah.
need to get rid of 2. And they're good tickets. I have to get rid of them. I spent way too much money. I thought I was going to get an LDF Philly, and I don't want to say how much I spent. It's a lot of money.
Oh, no.
Uh, I'm going to take a loss on some of these, I think, because I don't care. I just need to I need to recover some money. So I have like 3 A minus, a 2 A minus, and an A. I think I'm going to keep one of the 3. But basically, I got 2 sprinters with insane speeds, and I'm going to probably unload for like 3, maybe even like 350. I don't know yet.
If they're Phillies, we'll be interested for sure.
Oh, they're not Philly crazy. I'm not putting Phillies up at that price.
I
I'm
don't
saying
want
for people that
males.
need
Girls only. This is a girls club in our barn.
ah, well, I don't know what the hell we're gonna be racing then when the breeding season rolls around.
Yeah, nothing probably. That's the problem. Yeah, I mean, you might be right. Maybe we should get one to race while we're breeding, but I just don't see any future, any reason to have coats at this point because all you can do is earn money from breeding them unless you have a match for it and you want to breed them yourself.
Yeah, but you don't know. Maybe I see the big picture differently, or maybe I'm wrong. Like every horse that comes through generation 1, generation 2, they're not gonna have the match bonuses. They're not gonna have attribute bonuses. None of that, right?
Right.
So in my opinion, until the first generation 0 horses die, well, when they die, they don't die at the same time. When they're 25, until that day, I feel like 90% of these tickets, especially if they have horses that are hitting the podium, and they have like, because I'm talking about tickets, like especially mine, are like 2.5 star, 2.5 star, 3 star. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not talking about half a star, 1 star. Those horses, yeah, good luck with those. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying these Generation 0 horses with very few siblings, right? Which means you have more breeding potential. All these types of tickets, man, I'm telling you, for the next 2 years, they could be insanely valuable. Whether you're racing them, breeding them, I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong on that picture. I don't know.
So do you mean them as collector's items? Because that's what I was thinking about the Zed Run first generation horses.
No, I mean
too.
for the bloodline.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Like,
the
how are you gonna predict what's gonna happen 12 months from now? Like, let's say you get a Generation 1. I'm just gonna use one of my horses for example. Let's say LDF, right?
Uh-huh.
I have 3 LDF males. Let's say I hang on to those. Now, there's really not too many LDF females that are high quality that I can afford, nor do I want to buy one, right? What if someone actually created like a really nice full LDF Generation 1? Now, you know you're not going to get the extra boost, but what if it's already that damn good? You know what I'm saying? If you don't have that ticket from a year ago, because now you're getting that Generation 0 blood injected into that ticket, so at least you're getting kind of like half the increase, you know? Because remember, these Generation 1 babies are going to be boosted out the ass from Generation 0 tickets. Now, when Generation 1 breeds with Generation 1, there are no boosts. Everything's gone. It's a bare field, no more boosting, no more hidden behind the scenes shit. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a whole different ballgame. That's why I'm really valuing these Gen 0 tickets, man, for the next 2 years. Especially, like I said, high preference tickets.
So the way I understood that, does that mean that the next generation of horses are going to be the fastest horses in the game forever?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, if I would have known
If
that, I
you-
would have bought more fillies, because then I need more and more fillies, because you want those second generation horses, right?
Yeah, but you can only get them, right, because you can only get them from the Generation 0 to create that Generation 1. But that's the way I see it, right? You only get that one shot to get that insane horse, in my opinion.
Interesting.
Generation 1 to Generation 1, you're not going to be like, oh, wow, some super horse popped out with, like, insane speed, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think we're going to see that as much. Maybe periodically. But I think with Generation 0 and Generation 0 breeding together, and again, those attributes in those matches, I'm telling you, man, it's going to be crazy.
Shout out to Brian Murphy's in the chat talking about picking up the horses and the claimers. I know I was keeping my eye out for them. Mo says they're about $400, but then again, some of the horses on the market are like 500 or higher. So if you can get a good female, if that's what you're looking for, like Snickerdoodle has some decent stats here. Peloton's not bad, but it's a B plus. And he said those genes will carry over. Okay, so the boost that the second generation horses get, although there's not another boost, the first boost will carry over, because I always worried
Right,
about that with
exactly.
Zed Run.
Yeah.
I think the way they have it set up, those first generation horses are always the fastest, and then you're just breeding slower and slower horses, and I'm like, that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, no, see that, but that's because those horses don't die. They want those horses to always be the cream of the crop, right?
Right.
Like if you don't own those horses, you're not the cream of the crop. But here, that's why I said the first generation of breeding, in my opinion, is going to be massively important because whoever comes out and gets that super sprinter, that super route runner, you know what I'm saying?
The unicorn.
Like, right, that those genes are going to carry over, but you're no longer getting boosts, and you're no longer getting more boosts on top of it based on attribute matches when they breed, because that is a thing with Generation Zero tickets. Because so Generation Zero has attribute matches, Generation Ones won't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're just gonna have their stats across the board, and that's it. There's not gonna be any way to look at the ticket like we do now on Racer's Edge and say, oh, okay, well this is a Generation 3. Oh, it's got a 14 boost. Like that shit's out the window at the Generation Zero. You know.
I almost have to just study the bloodlines more before you decide who you want to pick up if you're buying a horse that's not a Gen Zero horse.
Yeah, that's why you want 20 PFPs to get access to the breeding tool, because you'll save yourself a lot of money.
All right, guys, it's race time. Good luck if you're in this mooncake claiming race. It starts right about now.
All right, horses are at the gate. It's post time. 6-horse field online. And away they go here in the mooncake clamming. Groucho Mark's going to break promptly to the lead, joined by Snickerdoodle here on the outside. As these two run off into the sunset, another break of 2.5 comes Underwater Ace and Scuba Diver. Then it's Fiery Night, horse that used to be owned by Bigfoot Stables. And then it's Peloton. Peloton's going to round out the top of the leaderboard here as they head into the clubhouse turn, this 9-furlong left-turning affair. And it's Groucho Marx by 2 over Snickerdoodle. No change here as these two continue to duke it out. Underwater Race with a ground-saving trip down at the rail. Another break of 3. That's Peloton now, who's moved up to take 4th. Fiery Knight's going to hang tough down at the rail in 5th. And Scuba Diver drops back to last. And here we go down the back stretch. Little breather here for Groucho Marx. Going to give Snickerdoodle a chance to catch up. Underwater Ace going to take advantage of this as well. And now it's a 3-horse race. Oh, take that back right on cue. Groucho Marx said, I'm out. And Groucho Marx back by 3. Then comes the next tandem of Snickerdoodle and Underwater Ace even. Fiery Knight starts to advance. Peloton there as well, but might be calling it quits. Scuba Dive, nothing there from Scuba Diver today. 3/4, 1:15, and it's a 2-horse race at the moment. And Groucho Marx on the inside, but Snickerdoodle is pushing the issue here around the far turn, and Groucho Marx is going to crumble to the pressure of Snickerdoodle. Odd how that happens. Snickerdoodle now down the stretch opens up by 2. Groucho Marx is hanging here, but it's looking like it's unavoidable as Snickerdoodle, all he has to do is stay on the mother fluffing horse, and he's going to bring this one home. It's Snickerdoodle over Groucho Marx and Fiery Knight.
Shout out to Snickerdoodle, gets the win from Wolof the Bandito stables, and Fiery Knight was making a nice run there for it at the end there. What happened with that horse? You got rid of it?
Yeah, remember I talked about my effects.
I've talked about a lot of mistakes I've made on photo finish, and again, deep dives into data research. Man, when I started really building the barn out, I was like, why the hell did I buy this A+ horse? I mean, if you look at it on the stream, I mean, I think I paid like $370 for it. I wound up selling it for like $490. I mean, I did make profit on it. It's not a good horse. It had supersonic speed, but other than that, I don't even know if it got that supersonic boost in live or version 3, to be honest.
Yeah, he made a nice little run at the end. DNOC says, great call, Mo. Yeah, all his calls are great. Brian Murphy says that was a steal. Whoever got that horse from you. Fiery Knight, I don't know. Like I said, I like the females. I want to be able to breed the horses. All right, we got the Ocean Road Allowance coming up next on a sloppy track. It's 11 furlong, so it's going to be a distance race. Let's check out the horses in this one. Looks like some of them are going to be carrying some weight. Although the whole weight system, I'm going to have to figure it out because they kind of switched it up on me here.
Well, you
All right.
click on it. Click on the little thing next to requirements. It'll tell you exactly
Okay.
what's the max weight, and then depending on your grade. Like I said, this is kind of like the workaround until we get that 30 days and the seasons behind us. And lifetime wins. So
Gotcha.
that's how they break it down.
Yeah, I'm seeing it right here. All right, gotcha. All right, we got a few minutes before this starts. We got Under the Stars in the one spot from Trailblazer Racing. We got Midnight in Bangkok from Black Type Stables. Buddy O Chum from Leet Racing. Constance from Kingsport. We got Czechoslovakia from Sambry Stables. Open Season from Rinsed Out Racing. Kashmir from Big Brain Stables. Sioban from Sunnyside Stables. And 21 from Saudi. I didn't know you could name your horses after numbers. I'm going to have to start doing that. I like that. We need a 69 horse. I'm sure somebody's already taken that one. And like I said,
Oh, that's interesting, actually. I've never seen that.
I know, it's just number 21. Now that I said 69, I'm sure somebody's going to name their horse before I get around to doing it. But I have been keeping my...
Gotta make sure we get that Bill and Ted soundbite then. 69, dude.
Every time they run the race? Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yep.
All right, so I'm looking at the Gen Zero market right here. That's kind of where I like to keep my eye out for good deals. I've been watching every once in a while to see if anything good hits the market. And like I said, I'm always looking for fillies. And what you want to do here on these, if you find one that you like, you can see this is the amount they cost in Solana. From there, you can click on it. It takes you straight to the listing on Magic Eden, and you can purchase it from there. You can also get a lot of information about the ticket from there. You can find out how many boosts it has, but I guess all that information's on here now. This is kind of a new feature of the ticket market, which I like a lot. You want a horse that gets a lot of boosts. That's what we were always looking for whenever we were deciding which horse to purchase. You can see Mo's horse has a ton of boosts as well, like 24. I think ours has 20. So if you're looking for horses to buy, that's
20 is good, by the way. 20 is nothing to slouch at, you know.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's a good boost, a good amount of boosts.
So what exactly do the boosts do?
Well, it'll tell you on the Racer's Edge page. I don't know if it tells you on the photo finish page. But it'll say, like, let's say 20 boosts. It'll say how many of those boosts are going into preferences. It might say, like, 7. And then that'll leave 13 remaining that are randomly distributed behind the scenes to your, your other 6 stats.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, nice. Yeah, because you don't know exactly where it's distributed. You won't find out, but I guess you do kind of find out when they retire, right? Whenever you see
When they
your rankings.
retire.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, and you can see the preferences of the horses in this race. We got a lot of horses with the full 3-star preferences. I'm trying to decide who I want to take in this race. I'm looking at how much weight they're carrying as well. You can see Constance here is going to be carrying 3 more pounds than the A minuses, but the rest of them are all A minuses and they're all carrying the same amount of weight. So preferences is going to come into play here. It's a sloppy track, so you want a horse with soft preferences, which is all the horses. I kind of like Sioban. Sioban's looking nice in the 8th spot. That might be who I go with. Crypto Doozy's going with 4-6 on the exacta. All right, guys, it's race time. Good luck if you're in it. We're about to start it off right about now.
All right. I heard you degenerates like it's sloppy. That's good, because we got a sloppy one for you. Here on Friday Night at the Races. 9-horse field in the gate. And away they go here, and it's open season. It's going to break out to the front. Then comes 21. Sioban there as well. Czechoslovakia, my home and native land, runs along here in 4th. Then comes Midnight in Bangkok. And Under the Stars and the Red Silks down there at the rail. Beautiful spotted horse. Oh my lord. This race call might be interrupted by my amazement. Holy shit, that horse is beautiful. As we make our way back around the opening turn, opening quarter, 25 and change, Czechoslovakia is continuing to show the way. Never thought I'd hear those words come out of my mouth, but it's Czechoslovakia is leading the pack. Then comes Midnight in Bangkok. Sioban there as well, now tapping on the brakes, passed by open season. Under the Stars trying to advance, passed by 21 though, as he looks to get rolling here. Half mile and 51 and change. Czechoslovakia is trying to hold sway here, but Midnight in Bangkok yoinks the lead. Bangkok over Czechoslovakia. Change my mind. Around the turn we go, and it's Midnight in Bangkok. Continues to open up here, and now leads by 3. Open season, rounds and rounds on the outside. Czechoslovakia still hanging down low. And number 9 horse in the teal suit. Not quite sure why I'm talking like an auctioneer, but it's 21 on the outside. 21 now, go. And on the 5th, it's Seal Bond away here. Seal Bond now trying to move up and now, go. It's Under the Stars also there. I cannot get over how beautiful this horse is, but we keep on looking. And Midnight in Bangkok, though, is not looking back anytime soon. Continues to hold sway here by 5. Open Season now found the second gear. Rolls up alongside for Volt's favorite here on Night at the Races, a.k.a. Awkward Eye Contact. And that didn't last too long, as Open Season is opening up. Over Cashmere here now, who also passes everybody else. Midnight in Bangkok looks like he might be calling it quits, but don't quote me on that one, chat. Off the turn, we're heading for home, and it's Open Season, splishing and splashing his way to the wire. But he's got some company here as we pass the 8th pole, trying to hold on. It's not cotton, it's not leather, it's gonna be Cashmere. Cashmere is gonna win out strong here over Open Season and Steel Bond.
Shout out to Cashmere from Big Brain Stables, another one of the top stables in the game right now. Gets the victory there. And me and Crypto Doozy were both wrong on our exacta box picks. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the 4 horse, and I don't know what happened to that 1 horse, but man, that 1 horse was pretty. The spotted horse, I would buy that horse.
Yeah. I want to look at that horse, actually. I was Under the Stars, right?
Yeah, Under the Stars. I would buy that horse
it's a filly, too.
Just to look at it. Shout out to Telmiski is from Slovakia. That's different than Czechoslovakia, though, isn't it? I'm usually good with geography, but man, it gets confusing when you get into the Slovakias.
Well, so at one point, there was like a whole bunch of, I think they were all together at one point.
USSR?
Yeah, well, even after that, I think it was,
because Czechoslovakia is no longer a country. I don't believe. I don't think Czechoslovakia exists anymore. Maybe Tomiski can give us the details.
Yeah, we're gonna need some history lessons here.
And I'll tell you how I know that, because I do some reselling on eBay, and I will resell some vintage sports jackets. And if you ever find a vintage sports jacket that was made in Czechoslovakia, you know it's vintage because Czechoslovakia doesn't exist anymore. So I'm pretty sure that's true, because I remember thinking that, and I've sold Czechoslovakian sports jackets in the past. We got a few minutes before the next race, Red Lantern Maiden, over 11 minutes before that race starts. So we'll be...
Oh, actually, the Revolution Grade 1 was going off right now. Whoops.
What's going off?
The Revolution Grade 1.
Oh, no. We missed one. All right, can you call it, or what are we going to do?
I'm at a minute 2 in the race. Did it load the race like mid-race?
Nope. I can't. It used to be able to zoom through it, but you can't zoom through it anymore. We can just refresh it at the same time, and you can call it from there if you want.
Yeah, if it'll reload, sure.
All right, here we go. We're gonna do it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Grade 1 race, y'all.
Back to the old countdown, chat, like we're straight out of the Stone Age. Post out here, major race. And they're racing here, and it's Loggerhead who's going to shoot out to the quick lead. And it's Margarita. Perfect time for Margaritas of Friday night. Thanks again for those hanging out. And it's Berserker is going to roll out in 3rd, No Regret in 4th, and One Eye Blind. One Eye Blind is going to round out the top. I almost said top 6, but there's only 5 runners, because that's how it goes nowadays, folks. Different days and different rules, opening quarter and 25 and change now. Loggerhead's going to continue to barrel on here. Opens up by 6 here on the early going as we pass the wire for the first time. Up for second, Margarita, then comes Berserker down at the rail. On the outside of him, that's One Eye Blind, No Regret. Also, no speed yet, but anything could happen here as he starts to get going. Into the turn we go, with Loggerhead still trying to find some competition, nowhere around. Margarita's trekking here on the outside, another break of 2, there's No Regret. One Eye Blind here in 4th, and Berserker now in 6th, but these two are just yo-yoing about for that last spot. I hope they know they'd only get paid for 1st, 2nd, and 3rd around here. But somebody better tell them. Loggerhead, though, in perfect prime position to get that top dollar and opens up once again, now maybe by 8 or 9, over No Regret, who's chilling down at the rail. Margarita's here on the outside in third. Then comes Berserker, One Eye Blind. Don't really know what to say sometimes with these race calls in small fields and long races, but we make it work. I think that was 1.25 miles and 124. The pace here today is moderate. Loggerhead, though, might be setting some sort of track record if I had to guess, because he is unstoppable. 1 mile and 142. No Regret, closest thing to competition. One Eye Blind may have a shot, but not likely. Margarita, Berserker, they're mailing it in. And around the far turn we go now. Loggerhead still shows the way. They might not even be on the same screen as Loggerhead when this one's over, folks. But Loggerhead, all he has to do is stay on the horse. Don't do any 360s. Don't do anything crazy. And down he goes. Closing him up for the win. Loggerhead. Might be a battle for third there. It's going to be No Regret for second and Margarita for third.
Man, that was a blowout victory for YSM Racing Club, who also took second place. Get off.
Yep, did I get disconnected? Yo.
No, I was disconnected. My cat's tail keeps hitting the microphone cord. You chill, kitty. Golly, sorry about that, y'all. All right, yeah. I got the cat on the lap, and his tail is heavy, and it hit the mic. Sorry about that. We are back. Like we saw earlier, there's a few minutes before the next race anyway, so we got some extra time. If we have any technical difficulties, no problem. And it looks like, let's see how many races we have left for today. Let's see. We got one right at 8 o'clock, the Sunset Restricted Stakes. And then we got one at 8:23. Are those only two? Oh, no, sorry.
We got one coming up at 7:43. So
gotcha.
We always want to make sure you refresh the page, because sometimes when they go into like racing soon, different categories, they don't always pop.
Yeah.
It was like 7:43, and then 8 o'clock we'll have the Sunset Restricted.
All right. Well, we might just wrap it up after this race then. Since it's like another 17 extra minutes. Plus my cats. Will you please stop? All right, let's check out the horses that are in this Red Lantern Maiden race. It's going to be the last race of our night. We've been doing this on Friday nights recently. So if you guys want to check out the next stream, check us out here on YouTube on Friday. But also check out Mo's channel, not only on YouTube, but also on Kick. He's always live streaming on Kick. Do you have a particular schedule you live stream on, Mo?
Yeah, when I'm awake.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I always see you tweeting on Twitter, usually an hour or two after you tweeted it, but you're like, I'm going live right now. And if I see it when it's actually happening, I usually log in and watch you.
I appreciate it. Yeah, usually my morning routine these days, I'm up decently early. You wake up, make my coffee, check my races coming up. If there's a drop, obviously I'm always tuned into you. Even though I don't participate in BB anymore, I obviously still want to come hang out with the homies.
I appreciate that.
So, of course, So I usually tune in. And then, usually when you wrap up, like the other day you had the Cryptoys thing, so usually around 1 o'clock, I'd say. I'm usually live by 1:30.
And usually, stream for a few hours?
Yeah, like I said, the way it's set up right now, and they kind of need to adjust it, a lot of stuff is, like, built up in the morning, and it's, like, all blocked together, where if they just kind of spread it out, like 10 minutes between races is fine. It gives us time to analyze what just happened, set up the next race. Maybe we get an extra 2-3 minutes we could talk about Cryptoys, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a 10-minute window is, like, perfect. But you see, sometimes we get 17, sometimes I'm calling 5 races in 4 minutes,
Right. And what's the viewership like over there on Kick? Do you usually get a lot of views, a lot of people tuning in? Do you get onboarding any new users over there?
I'm actually kind of shocked. Back on Twitch, because I do multicast to Twitch and Kick. And when I multicast, dude, I'll stream on Twitch. I have 2,500 and something followers on Twitch. I'm lucky if I hit 4 viewers, ever.
Oh, really?
I go to Kick. I just move myself around from just chatting, then I go into sports for a little bit, then I move over into slots and casino, which kind of kills the numbers because the 18 and over thing will pop up for people. Yeah. So if people are lurking and I switch to slots and casino, now they're getting booted. They don't count as a viewer until they actually accept that. they gotta be careful with that. But dude, I'm surprised. I look over, I'm like, damn, I got 14. I'm like, I got fucking 17. I looked over yesterday during the show. I think we peaked out at like 70 or something.
Wow, 70?
Yeah, dude, I'm like, yo, this. The more that people continue to, and we have onboarded some new people.
Nice.
I've had people walk in and be like, "What the hell is this?" And then they do exclamation point PFL, and now they're on the site. I don't know how much of them are really playing, but I mean, there are people coming by and seeing it. So
Good stuff, and it's good to see the Kick streaming service that has actually some users on it. I was wondering if they were going to be able to take off being a new streaming service like that. I want to go through the horses in this race though before we get started. We only got 3.5 minutes, and I see Crypto Doozy already has picked his horse. Keep in mind though, Crypto Doozy, the condition for this race is soft here. We got a lot of horses that prefer the firm tracks. So if I had to pick a horse, I'm kind of looking at B because B has 2.5 stars here, but it is a B going against a bunch of A minuses, so that makes it tough. I might be thinking about picking the A minus that has low stars in the firm column because that means that being on a soft track won't affect it as much. So
correct.
if I'm picking my horses for this one, who'd you go with? Gilbert number 4. I would go with, I'm thinking number 2. And I'm thinking number 6. I'm going 2-6, especially with it being the San Francisco 49ers. I'm definitely not going for the Kentucky Wildcats. You see my Louisville Cardinals hat on? Kentucky Wildcats are our number 1 rivals, most definitely. That's the team I hate the most in this world. So I'm definitely never picking that horse. But I do like the 49ers. So we're going with the 6 horse. And because it has 1 star, I'm going with Jelly Bean. It's a cool name too. Jelly Bean and the 6 horse are going to be my 2 picks. And you see how you can go with the condition. And if you were racing your own horse and you owned your own horse and you had a horse that preferred firm tracks, you'd be looking for races where you don't think it's going to rain. And a lot of times you get a percentage on these. So it might have been like 30% chance of rain and then it ended up raining. So you'll get a lot of firm horses in there. But some people will go ahead and put their soft horses into those kind of races, hoping that it ends up raining, that 30% comes through for them. And in this case, if you did that and you had a soft horse, you'd have an advantage here.
Yeah, peep this.
My damn announcer voice is on. Peep this. They're actually, I don't know if they're contemplating it or it's already going to be done. They're going to do a Tapeta track, the synthetic, which basically is going to allow for, because again, we're going to have a smaller racing population. Like we have to be 100% honest and upfront with each other. We're going to have a drop in racing, right? We have to figure out a way to get through these dark times of 60 days because it's going to be rough, okay? So if you introduce Tapeta tracks, basically they're just yielding. You know what I'm saying? They don't favor firm, they don't favor soft. It's just how Tapeta tracks work. They're safe, in real life. So they could essentially do that short-term fix, you know what I'm saying, to kind of keep the racing afloat. I was even thinking, why not just remove the strong emphasis on left and right? Because horses, maybe I'm really wrong. I have to do some more research on this before I talk out of my ass. But I've played horses in Australia that run the Belmont track, which runs our way,
Right.
and then I've played them at the other track that runs the other way. Now, I don't know how many horses can run either way, but to me, it just seems like maybe we could lower that preference for like a couple seasons, just again to keep racing going. So if it's just like maybe the horse just wants a soft turf track, and that's all we're concerned about. Doesn't matter if it's going left, doesn't matter if it's going right. Could be upside down, right? Is that crazy? Is that a crazy idea? I don't know.
How does that help with getting people to race though?
Because now you're not racing against half the population in left turf soft. Now you're racing against right turf soft as well. But now that's joining the populations for a small period of time where they can just run.
Yeah, that makes
So as long
sense.
as it's a turf soft, they can all go.
Then you got more horses eligible for more races. Yeah, I do like that idea.
But see what's funny though too, right? There are people who go off preference, and I think some people have won. And I wonder, I know the race is starting. I wonder when we hit this part, the 60 days, I wonder if we'll see horses doing that and actually kicking the crap out of lower horses. We'll see. But we got 2 seconds. I'm going to refresh it. There we go.
Good luck if you're in this race. Here we go.
All right, here, ladies and gentlemen. This is what they call the nightcap on Friday night races. Friday night at the races, even. And they're up and running here. Awkward start for App Store Game Horse, but San Francisco 49ers are going to run out to lead. And comes A-Minute Lizalette, followed by Jelly Bean down at the rail. steamy window, not too far up the pace here, then A-minus life. And Gilbert is going to round out the leaderboard here as they hit the opening turn in this 8-furlong right-turning affair on the dirt. And up top, early on here, it's San Francisco 49ers. Not a speck of red and gold on them. Well, maybe brown counts as gold here, but I'm not that high. And then back to the race now. It's Jelly Bean who pushes forward and takes the lead at 2.5. And comes San Francisco 49ers, going to hang out there and just stalk the pace here a little bit with Gilbert. A-minus life in between horses here now with A-minus Lizalette. I had to guess those are at the same barn just trying to mess with me in the naming. Thank you very much, App Store Game Horse. 16-1 might be done, son, as he is fading quick around the far turn, half mile and 52. No speed here yet from the front runners, but it's a duel between San Francisco 49ers and Gilbert. Break of 5, Jelly Beans trying to get back into the action. A-minus life still there as well and gaining ground. Kentucky Wildcats, who I know somebody around here doesn't want to win, is on the move here on the outside. But down the stretch we go, and it's San Francisco 49ers hanging on so far. Jelly Bean is off the rail and flying down the track, but it's coming to the end here, and it's Say Goodnight Gracie. San Francisco 49ers are going to win this one over Jelly Bean, and looks like A-minus life held on for third.
Shout out to Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. San Francisco 49ers gets the win from 515 Stables, and my exacta bet came in 6-2 is what I was going for, and that's what came in. However, of course, I didn't place any money on it. If I would have placed some money on it, those two horses would have came in last place. It's usually how it works. I don't know if I like.
And what was the odds? 5.4, 5.1. All right,
not bad. Yeah. I don't know if I like those silks, the 515 silks. I guess they stand out, so that's kind of cool. We definitely need you, Mo, or somebody in our DAO to design some silks for us. That would look very cool.
Yeah. I got some ideas actually. Thinking about it, but yeah, remind me if I slack. I have a really bad habit lately of like waking up and then just ignoring everything. Because I get, dude, I'm like unofficially just trying to onboard and just make content. Like, we need more streamers. So we got some new streamers. This guy MJ Gaming, he used to stream, he just came back. This guy Brody, he's pretty big in the Solana sphere and seems to have a decent following who enjoy, watching him spin slots and then call races. Run his horses rather. So I mean, yeah, we just really need more streamers, man, because I'm just trying to unofficially do whatever I can to just, keep some sort of content going.
Yeah, I was watching MJ Gaming streaming. He seemed like he knew what he was talking about. He seemed like a cool guy. I'm trying to get my streams in too. We're doing it on Fridays. We might be able to add another day later on once we get some more races going. But sometimes even on Fridays, we don't have enough races to stream. But today we had a pretty good schedule, and the fact that they're allowing races to go down with only 4 horses definitely helps a lot. Shout out to Crypto Doozy in the chat. His horse Gilbert tried. Yeah, but you didn't know about the whole preferences thing. So now that I've explained that to you, you probably would have picked differently on which horse. But come back to the stream next Friday. We'll be doing this again, and we can pick our horses in the chat. I wanted to add like a widget for the stream where people could have fake money and bet on the races, but we want people to bet in the game itself, so I thought that might not be a good idea, but we may implement it later on if we decide to. I don't know. That might be something we add if people are interested in that.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly. Whether it be some sort of prize that we could offer from us, but again, I don't know, you always do your NFT giveaways. I'm sure we could find something. Maybe even I don't know. Maybe someone will donate me a horse when the fillies start popping out left and right,
Possibly. Keep your fingers crossed on that one. Or we could just give away some Solana NFTs, since there's a lot of Solana collectors who are into this game. All right, everybody.
Well, you got to hear some of the prices real quick before we go. Yeah. You got to hear some of the prices. And I'm not going to call anybody out. But some of the prices that some of these people are throwing around at like what they think breeding is going to be. And if that's the case, my fillies are going to have a damn field day, man. Holy shit.
So cheap prices then?
Yeah, I'm sure some of the top horses that people paid out the ass for. But man, we might see some of these strong A's, A50s for $100 for a stud.
I think it'll be pretty cheap because it's almost like it's free money for them.
Right, like the horse that I got yesterday, the weekend moderator, right? The badass. So I got people being like, yeah, you can probably easily get 5 to 10 studs minimum at 50 and up, per month. I mean, shit, do the math on that. Like that's not chump change on a monthly basis, plus my track ownership and my staking and everything, man. I'm getting like a couple $100 back a month just in residual income. It's like every month now. It's crazy.
Yeah, the way they got the crown system set up is really cool. You guys should check it out. Like I said, we'll be back again live next Friday if you want to join us for the next stream. And Knowz, appreciate you. Great job on the calls tonight. And thanks for co-hosting with me, bro.
Hell yeah, brother. It's glad we were able to get one in. Let's do it again soon. Take it easy, chat.
Later, chat. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.